Lewis Hamilton realized a dream on Monday when he made his first appearance as a Ferrari driver at Maranello. Gearing up for a new era in red, Hamilton met with Ferrari chiefs John Elkann, Benedetto Vigna, and Fred Vasseur before being shown around their impressive facilities.
Are you hiding? Are you coming out? I've been waiting for this day forever, so I'm really happy. I'm excited to meet everybody. Can't wait to start and get going.
The seven-time world champion signed for Ferrari in January last year, but contractual commitments to Mercedes prevented any substantive contacts until the end of 2024. There are some days that you know you'll remember forever, and today, my first as a Ferrari driver, is one of those days, Hamilton said on a post on Instagram. I've been lucky enough to have achieved things in my career I never thought possible, but part of me has always held on to that dream of racing in red. I couldn't be happier to realize that dream today. Today we start a new era in the history of this iconic team, and I can't wait to see what story we will write together. Lewis Hamilton is expected to drive a 2023 F1 car at Ferrari's Fiorano test track later in the week, and will complete further days in it at Barcelona before the launch of the 2025 Ferrari on the 19th of February. He is also likely to try out the 2025 car in the team's simulator. Official F1 pre-season testing is at Bahrain on 26 to 28 February, where Hamilton and teammate Charles Leclerc will share the 3 days of running equally. Fred Vasseur has said that Hamilton faces a challenge getting up to speed in the short time available before the start of the season in Australia from 14 to 16 March. The 2023 car is the most recent Hamilton is permitted to drive under F1's testing restrictions. Among the differences to which he will have to adapt is that this will be the first time in Hamilton's 18-year F1 career that he has driven a car that does not use a Mercedes engine. Hamilton will have a place to live in Italy to help his assimilation into Ferrari, which is regarded as the national team. To stay up to date about more Lewis Hamilton and other Formula One news, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Lewis Hamilton has driven a Ferrari Formula One car for the first time at his new team's test track in Italy. After making his debut on Monday by appearing for the first time at Maranello, the headquarters of Ferrari, which he joined this year after 12 seasons at Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton showed himself in his new colors on Tuesday. The seven-time champion stunned F1 last February by signing for Ferrari from this year in the sport's highest-profile transfer of all time, and his maiden run in one of their iconic red cars has been eagerly anticipated since then. And on Wednesday morning, Hamilton drove the team's 2023 car around their Fiorano track, which is adjacent to the team's factory. Hamilton will be entitled to a maximum of 1,000 kilometers on track. On Tuesday, Hamilton went to the Fiorano circuit to meet with team boss Frederic Vasseur and Ferrari's CEO Benedetto Vigna. He was also able to talk to several members of the team he will be working alongside in the coming weeks, including Riccardo Adami, who will be his track engineer. There are days you know you will remember for the rest of your life, and today, my debut as a Ferrari driver is one of them, Hamilton said in a Ferrari statement. I have been fortunate to achieve things I never thought possible in my career, but a part of me has always had this dream of racing in red. I couldn't be happier to be making that dream come true today. Today we begin a new era in the history of this legendary team, and I can't wait to see what story we will write together. A lot has been made of Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari, with many considering it the biggest transfer, not only in F1 history, but sporting history due to his public appeal. The blockbuster Hamilton-Ferrari move has united F1's most successful driver in history with the most successful team. Hamilton, who turned 40 earlier this month, has won a record 105 races and a joint best 7 world championships, while Ferrari lead the way on the all-time tables for both drivers and constructors' title triumphs. But the Scuderia have not won any title since 2008, although a strong end to last season saw them finish within 14 points of new constructors champions McLaren in second place. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Formula One news, including updates on Lewis Hamilton.
Ferrari have announced that Zhou Guanyu will be the reserve driver alongside Antonio Giovinazzi for the 2025 season. The Chinese driver returns to Maranello, having previously spent 4 seasons with the Scuderia Ferrari Driver Academy. Zhou Guanyu is taken on as a reserve driver for Scuderia Ferrari HP alongside Antonio Giovinazzi, who continues in this role.
Ciao guys, it's Zhou Guanyu here. I'm so happy to announce this year I will be the Scuderia Ferrari HP F1 team reserve driver. It's a great honor to be one of the reserve drivers that can help really develop the team, and I can't wait to see you all around the circuit, and it's amazing to be coming back to home where it all started, Forza Ferrari.
For the Chinese driver, it is something of a homecoming, as he spent 4 years with the Scuderia Ferrari Driver Academy from 2015 to 2018. Zhou is the first driver from China to compete in Formula One, racing for Alfa Romeo Racing in the 2022 and 2023 seasons, staying with the team under its Kick Sauber name in 2024. He has taken part in 68 Grand Prix, scored 16 points and twice set the race fastest lap. Zhou posted on X after the announcement, "Back to where it all started, thanks Ferrari for believing in me and can't wait to start this new chapter together." Zhou shares the reserve driver role with Antonio Giovinazzi, who has worked with Scuderia Ferrari HP since 2017. The Italian will also continue to race in the World Endurance Championship in the number 51 Ferrari 499P, with which he won the 2023 Sierra Leonean Leones Mans 24 Hours. Both drivers will back up the blockbusting pairing of Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton as Ferrari push to go one better and finish first in the Constructors' Championship. Let us know your thoughts about the upcoming season and what you make of this move by Ferrari, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to get more Formula One updates. A reminder that you can support the channel by becoming a member so that we can bring you even more updates and live race coverage. Thank you for your support. Ferrari has officially unveiled its 2025 Formula One car, the SF25. The reveal was made at the F1 75 live season launch event in London's O2. The team's new drivers, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, and team principal Fred Vasseur, were present at the event. This launch marks a new chapter for Hamilton after his 12-year-long tenure with Mercedes. The SF25 is a stark contrast from its predecessor, with Vasseur revealing that minimal components have been retained from last year's car. This design shift is part of Ferrari's partnership with HP and marks a departure from the traditional all-red look. The base red has been darkened to allow the white elements to blend seamlessly with HP's branding. Hamilton, a 7-time world champion, said he felt invigorated and so full of life ahead of his debut season with Ferrari. Ferrari's 2025 Formula One contender, the SF25, retains the current engine specifications, a turbocharged 1.6-litre V6 hybrid. This engine boasts a 15,000 RPM redline, a 100 kg/h fuel flow rate above 10,500 RPM, and high-pressure direct fuel injection. The SF25's chassis is a monocoque structure, housing the powertrain and energy recovery system. It gets pull rod suspension on the front and rear, along with Brembo ventilated carbon disc brakes. This is the 71st single-seater built by Ferrari for F1 Championship. Ferrari is keen to put an end to its championship drought with the new SF25. The team had narrowly missed out on the Constructors' Championship to McLaren last season. After unveiling the car and its livery, the SF25 will hit the track for the first time during a shakedown at Ferrari's Fiorano circuit. Pre-season testing starts at the Bahrain International Circuit from February 26 to 28, while the campaign officially begins with the Australian Grand Prix on March 14 to 16. Let us know your thoughts about the upcoming season and what you make of the new Ferrari livery, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to get more Formula One updates. A reminder that you can support the channel by becoming a member in order for us to bring you even more updates and live race coverage. Thank you for your support. Williams has followed up its FW47 launch by unveiling its livery for the 2025 Formula One campaign. Williams showcased the design scheme that it will sport across the upcoming campaign at the F1 75 season launch event alongside the other 9 incumbent teams at London's O2. The unveiling came less than a week after the Grove-based outfit rolled out its FW47 for the first time during a shakedown broadcast live on YouTube and the team's website from Silverstone.
The FW47 sported a one-off livery on that occasion to mark its historic title partnership with Atlassian, which James Vowles called one of the biggest in sports, and the software company was celebrated further still via the true livery unveiled on Tuesday. Furthermore, Williams has added Betway and Jackpot City parent company Supergroup to its growing roster of partnerships, and both brands featured on the FW47's predominantly royal blue design. The FW47 livery also boasts the logo of Santander following a multi-year partnership and brings back the branding of renewed partners Duracell, Gulf Oil and Kraken. A tumultuous off-season and campaign littered with crashes stunted Williams' progression in 2024 en route to 9th in the constructors' standings, but Vowles has every reason to be more confident going into the upcoming campaign. The Williams workforce has grown from 700 to 1,000, production processes have improved, and the team has welcomed Grand Prix winner Carlos Sainz into the driver lineup alongside Alex Albon. Let us know your thoughts about the upcoming season and what you make of all the Williams 2025 livery, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to get more Formula One updates. A reminder that you can support the channel by becoming a member so that we can continue to bring you more updates and live race coverage. Thank you for your support.
Big changes are on the horizon for Kick Sauber. Jonathan Wheatley is officially stepping in as team principal on April 1, 2025. After nearly 2 decades at Red Bull, where he played a pivotal role in securing 6 Constructors' Championships and 7 Drivers' titles, Wheatley is ready for this new challenge. His first race? The iconic Japanese Grand Prix. He won't be alone. He'll collaborate closely with Mattia Binotto, the Chief Operating Officer and Chief Technical Officer, as they report directly to Gernot Dollner, the chairman of the board. This shared leadership model is set to redefine the team's future. Wheatley is excited about Audi's entry into Formula One, calling it a uniquely exciting prospect. Meanwhile, Kick Sauber is shaking things up with a fresh driver lineup, Nico Hülkenberg and rookie Gabriel Bortoleto, parting ways with Valtteri Bottas and Zhou Guanyu. This is just the beginning of a bold new chapter for the team. Formula One fans, brace yourselves for an exhilarating transformation.
Yuki Tsunoda is making waves off the track after missing out on a Red Bull promotion for 2025. He's reshuffled his management team, partnering with Diego Menchaca, a former racer who's now fully focused on driver management. Menchaca wasted no time meeting with Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko to strengthen Tsunoda's ties within the organization. Despite impressively outperforming teammates like Knight de Vries and Daniel Ricciardo, Red Bull opted to promote Liam Lawson instead, leaving Tsunoda to lead Racing Bulls alongside rookie Isak Hadjar. After a career-best 12th place finish in 2024, he's poised as the clear #1 driver. But with questions about his future and limited options as teams secure their lineups, this could be a pivotal season for Tsunoda. Can he prove himself and secure a lasting place on the grid?
Imagine the roar of a V10 engine echoing through the circuits once again. Christian Horner believes it's time to bring back that thrilling sound, arguing that F1 has become too complex and costly with its current V6 hybrid power units. Since 2014, the focus has been on efficiency, but at what cost? The upcoming 2026 regulations aim to simplify things, yet Horner sees an opportunity to revisit the past with sustainable fuels. FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem has hinted at this possibility, but not everyone agrees. Toto Wolff thinks it's too early to discuss engines beyond 2026. Still, Horner's vision of reviving the V10 era could reignite the passion of Grand Prix racing while remaining environmentally conscious. Could we really blend nostalgia with innovation? It's a conversation worth having. What do you think?
as well that could become the youngest ever pole sitter in F1 if they got pole today. Kimi Antonelli, Ollie Behrman, Isaac Hadger, and Gabriel Bortoleto. And we've got plenty of rookies, we've got plenty of drivers changing teams as well. Only two teams have kept their driver lineup the same as it was in 2024. Carlos Sainz, who won last year's race, is now at Williams. Lewis Hamilton is now alongside Charles Leclerc with a wonderful school photo there with the backdrop on the code. Of that, it's looking straight into the eyes of Charles Leclerc, who has been on pole there, but it's been Max Verstappen for the last 2 years that has gone to set the fastest time in qualifying. But the Ferrari lived on rails yesterday, so the amount of Leclerc. Lewis with a little bit of work to do. Found some bad time today. Track temperatures dropped a little bit, it was well over 40 this morning, it's now 38, 47. Maybe that'll bring it back good to play for Ferrari. The wet speed's not too high at all, so conditions are good. Little bit of a qualifying cloud, as we like to call it. Just cutting out on the side, so it just gives you a little bit of extra grip. Ted, what can you tell us? I can tell you, the drivers are as keen as we are to get on with this. That Martin, clearly they've been, they've had enough testing, they've had enough practice. They want to go to the first competitive session of 2025. Just a few seconds. That line will go green. Right, it does. And we are before qualifying of the first Grand Prix. Ollie Behrman is the second car on track. I think you can see the yellow helmet in his house as the contestant about Ocon that joins the track first. I have asked the team what they're going to do. I think he's definitely out on soft tyres. So it looks like he is going to go for a quality run, but I think he will look to do some more runs as well. The concern you saw there on Christian Horner's face, we heard from him earlier. Good running for Liam Lawson as well after missing out after that injury issue. And quite the traffic jam getting out there. I think George Russell is more on that. He's going to squeeze his way out. And that's something. Excellent. Thank you, Ted. Yes, howdy in addition for Liam Lawson as he finds his way into the queue. That could tell his running in FV3. Ollie Behrman crashed out at turn left. He had a crash yesterday at turn 6, and I think she's already done 13 and a half laps so far this weekend. So you have that much chance to see Ollie Behrman out on track, but you can, if you want to join them on track, do so by riding on board in this qualifying session. We've got all 20 on boards available to you, a lot of the cheap radios. There's your QR code. So scan that, log in with the Sky Sports ID, and if you are watching on Sky Stream, Sky Fuel, Sky Grass, or now, then you can use the Interactive Plus and the might be all ribbons. Good charm, and you can maybe get views like that. We'll be Behrman out on the trailer, and then New Jersey, I do. That, no, our cup shit, the bull. Oh, done. No, that's not okay. Yeah, this is okay now. Yeah, but then I says now, shit, from the so Russell and Antonelli, I believe, out on medium, the pump-having tires, the other about ones. Pretty much everybody else I see so far on the softest one. Now, the soft tires give you more mechanical grip. The compound softer helped you particularly drive that important with traction with the rear axle. But I think you get a bit out of it towards the end of the lap. And we have seen Dickie Williams and Mercedes do some study at a time. You're not that hard and normally considerably slower tires. So Ollie Behrman points it to the pit lane. And if you won't have it bad luck this weekend, he'd have no luck whatsoever. His debut for start of the first full season is not exactly going to plan, and that's the biggest understatement of the weekend so far. Jack Doohan's looked quite solid, very on forward. And with a man from the Gold Coast, Southern Big Doohan, 5-time World Motorcycle Champion, and very much making a name for himself in World of Motorsports, who was inspired by a Christmas gift he got for fighting Schumacher when he was about 2 and a bit years old. Ivan gave him a go chart, and the rest is history, and it's brought us to this point. Down its successes and others do a simple. I won't be surprised if he's a bit very good at the end of this weekend as well, because that is all taking for luck for Ollie Behrman. Vantage the sport general last year, a spectacular start. I bought Kruger and Ron House go for off this weekend. Yeah, and obviously when you have a trip into the wall like that, you can often have secondary issues. And when the car sort of gets from the bad together here. Title turn though. The Jack Doohan is like a reasonably solid lap. Bang it as a back canap really. is into the 60s, just by 1,000ths of a second. Not too bad at all. Interestingly though, 3/10 on there, George Russell Holford there with a 1:16 dying goes ahead onto it. Russell maybe needs a couple than that, those medium tyres to get going as the field burns out. And the tyres warm up, should get better lap times. Carlos Sainz only 5th fastest with his first lap. It was Williams. This Fernando Alonso comes to the end of his first flying lap and goes quickest by about 4/10 from Nico Hulkenberg. I saw a back more big in the crowd today. It's a crafty 4,619 days since Fernando's last bowl. He's been keeping track, Foolish. Yeah, I been advised to make, do not hand that to Fernando. Yeah, he's not disciplined. It's all to the leader. Well, he's taking to talk to the about that either. I'm messaging he gets polled today, which has looked unlikely, it has to say. I've just looked at how our punch spot grid bus. That then rain is not forecast. But they are, same with job clouds in the cover over at Centre. Well, and we know how changeable the weather can be here, that we should be all right for a dry hour, shouldn't we? Gasly, Bob, well, we see this is that huge, I mean, yes, Aston Martin have kind of really not done anything, not shape as we get in terms of threatening supersonic speeds, but animals are up front at the moment. We're about to get a benchmark now, aren't we? We got Leclerc out there flying as well. Lewis Hamilton going along nicely, as is Lando Norris, who's fastest first sector. We saw tipping up tire to the gravel at turn 6. I did this one down and too much in practice for me. Did exactly the same thing. Charles Leclerc goes quickest by less than 1/10 of a second from Fernando Alonso. Norris continues on his way. 17 soon for the middle section was pretty competitive to back Charles Leclerc in that middle sector. Around the final corner he comes with Williams, the Sainz keeps it nicely out of his way. Norris crosses the line, but half a second between himself and Charles Leclerc. Welcome to qualifying for 2025. Lando Norris, there's a statement. Yeah, it is. But I would say Fernando Alonso's time, they'll be pretty pleased with that, Aston Martin. That sort of put him in a group of cars he's not really appeared in at any point through the 3 practice sessions, the 3 of them so far. If you remember the fact that Q1 in Austria 2024 last season, 20th we've ever had since this knockout qualifying was first brought in 2006, only 0.798 of a second, covered all the 20 cars. I wonder, there's something a bit similar today because it has been very, very competitive this weekend. Piastri behind his teammates, set them up. It's McLaren 1 and 2. Early stages concerning. Well, a lot of people wearing Prix in this Alba Franc area are hoping, but back Verstappen has just set the fastest first sector and the fastest middle part of the lap as well. And he's been blistering through this middle part of the lap. So they've really tuned that thing up overnight, haven't they? It's a different car today. As I said, let's Crosswinds down there today, whatever it is, and just fire up what's up to the just out the side of the car. Get it, understood. Yeah, they certainly tuned it up, and Max, you know, he can drive around problems a little bit, and he's certainly driving around them out there. He splits the McLarens, that's how close it is, and the Piastri 0.154 behind Norris. That doesn't sound much, does it, a 10.5, but actually is a lot in Formula 1 terms to you think, wow, at 14 corners, how hard is it to find 0.15? Very. That's actually at this level. When you do that, do you lose, what, half a tenth? What you're bound to. You're concerned that your left-hand side tyres are a bit grubby when you need them down in turn 10. And he will surely have hesitated to drop. Now, let him ahead, but in slightly outlaws and scrub a bit his speed. So whilst it's not a huge amount of time, it'll allow the ball out of. Ollie Behrman, it's still in the garage on Haas. Take a look at that gearbox issue. Isaac Hadja is out on the track of his outlet, as is his teammate Yuki Tsunoda of Racing Bulls. Carlos Sainz is down in the bottom 5 along with Esteban Ocon. Redmethel we lose to Slayers 5 at the end of the first part of qualifying. Next 15 go to King T at the 10. For the fastest after that, go back and for pole. Russell's on a new lap, flying lap. All those medium tyres, we can head down to 10. Yes, having warmed those medium tyres up, Russell's giving it a go. I think Antonelli might have given up on that experiment. He's come into fifth, so I think he's given 3 tries. They are trying to fix the gearbox of Ollie Behrman down at Haas. Crofty, they haven't given up. They didn't give up on free practice 2 when they tried to get the car fixed yesterday. And they're not going to give up now. They're going to try until the end of the session. Jack Dewar has pops itself in a 6th fastest ahead of Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari after his latest runs. Mercedes obviously hoping they can get through with Russell on medium, and they're the only team that's trying to do that. You say Antonelli Pitts probably on to soft tyres, but at least it's safe to set a soft tyres. The crowd watches on as George Russell flicks it right to the left, so left to the right through turns 9 and 10. Alex Albon has just set the fastest middle sector out of his latest lap. Russell makes his way now towards the end, the slowest corner of this circuit, turn 13, and then patiently wait to feather that throttle. Explore it now, a dash with your DRS open towards the line to read the lap, and it's 4th fastest. It's a 1:16.2. Is that going to be enough to send George Russell through at safe and soft tyres? He shouldn't have, especially as we're already, if Damon doesn't get out and do it time, then he forward again. North down in this session, and it'll be every 6 next year in total in the first session. 22 cars on the grid to receive you. That piston train connector still has now the helmet is stuck on it. You might get and then a bit of wardrobe malfunction there for Max Verstappen. But once again then, Ferrari, they just start, look at that, Alonso's on an absolute stunky that. And once again, Ferrari then need to find something. Yeah, this track is ramping up. And not just with Fernando Alonso, Albon and Hadjar, 8th and 9th fastest currently. As Leclerc crosses the line and puts himself 3rd fastest. Alonso 5th fastest. Pushed quite hard in the first 2 sectors and was hanging on for dear life in the final bit, but puts himself in that top 5. That might well be enough yet. Lance Stroll presses the line, and his Aston Martin is into the top 9. Since Norris, Verstappen, Leclerc separated by 26th thousandth of a second. Hamilton then down in 12th in the Melbourne, but he's on 2 personal bests out there that should put that right. But he's not done a fastest sector anywhere so far. Yeah. So Lewis Hamilton goes 7th fastest with this latest flying lap. Alonso in the top 5. Not an approval, I think, from Mr. Cal, the new team principal, and that Aston Martin did the Renatos. The man was good, the turn was full of bear of it. They should go, I like it. There's a fair bit of gravel being kicked up around this track. Whatever we had that yellow for, the upper running wide, they carried on, and we're now clear again, and we're in green conditions. Just the last thing you're on. If you're down near the bottom 5 at this moment in time, it's for yellow flags to disrupt you. Let's see what it was. Liam Lawson into turn 3. Lock up, going wide into the gravel. Your service right safety there. Love you a little bit of tarmac. But not the old rainy. The ratings in on the way to turn 3. He got it very deep there. And that lives for another day. Yeah, he's having trouble there, Lawson there. He's in that bottom 5, only 17th fastest at the moment. Well, his cheap mate is up it to the top 2. So he's going to have to come in, change a set of tyres, and Rosalie could give a little more flying lap in, and it sticks. Kimi Antonelli, meanwhile, formed on the same day, wasn't it, that Sebastian Vettel made his weekend appearance at F1 Grand Prix in Turkey in 2006. Antonelli rounds the final corner, powers it towards the line. Where's Mercedes going to end up? And this little CE Masters, it's very low, that car. Very low indeed. Sometimes see a little light from underneath the front bed, we call it, on the floor. There's a right eye sensor. But generally, the car was dragging its rear end, shall we call it, down the racetrack. Let's just see where he might have lost a bit of time. Yeah, see, in well wide there, wasn't he? Before he got to the gravel, he was heading that way. And the entry wasn't particularly he was looking for. So he's going to gain. See how low what goes. That doesn't look right to me. That's very, very low indeed. 10. Yeah, the front of the car looked like it was sort of burning white hot, didn't it, Barton? I thought that visually it was one of the lasers. So you got to wait down at the track. to sort of measure front slip angle, but they use just burning motors and sitting on them there. Anyway, so work continues on Damon's gearbox, although not particularly quickly. Back at the cut-off time, we're getting out of this session. Just to tell you, to a new to F1, you've been following us, what these cut-off signs are. All the engineers get together, do some calculations, put that figure in the air, see which way the wind is going, and then guess at a time that is going to see you safely into Q2. And that today, ladies and gentlemen, is a 116.5. There you go. So not strong, safe on the 16.6, about 16.6, widely safe. Agile doing Antonelli, not safe at the moment, but George Russell probably just about safe on a 16.2. Silly spot along to the back of Antonelli's car. Yeah, there should be wrong there. The rear ride height's either incorrectly set or something's broken and dropped. Because, and I think Ted might well be right, I think it's just leaf firework at the front of the edge. It's actually just burning. That's not a ride height. A trail was leaving out of here the tunnel. That's a major issue. Something's dropped, something's wrong on that. Now and that's not an easy fix, especially with 3.5 minutes to go. Yeah, with what 16.5 as the cutoff time. Give it plus or minus a tenth of a second. Lewis Hamilton's going to have to come out again. Currently 7th fastest. Here's he got another set of tyres that he really wouldn't want to be doing at the moment. Yeah, and the other, yes, indeed. The end from Antonelli's are now in parfait condition. Not allowed to adjust the suspension, etc. See, that's a major issue there for that. What's the betting? The Jimmy Antonelli, by the way, hasn't gone over a curve, but that's just loves something. Yeah, the whole car looked over them, didn't it? Or got over a curve and broken something goes back, or let's see. Lewis Hamilton, who has used just the one set of tyres so far, did 2 runs on the same set of tyres and putting himself on them. He did a little bit of pressure there, but he's got 8 poles here in Melbourne before, so he could definitely handle pressure around this track. Carlos Sainz goes above him, 116.3 in the Williams. Out comes Hamilton. I was just talking about him, and out he comes. That's Carlos Sainz's father. Ready? Well, she has been. The prayers have been asked him for some excellent thoughts so far this weekend. On board with Liam Lawson. Yeah, those drivers that are Alonso's just coming out of pits now. Not got an awful lot of time to go around. Hulkenberg, T. Here we go. We're looking for a little tiny. Oh, we were. There was tiny curve there. This is better for Liam. So it was a long time up to throttle there. The back end trying to step out on it. Drew the exit at 10. Go to traffic, but yeah, it's just lacking grip. He's lacking confidence in the rear of the car, I think, and then only got to lock up. Now they're going to go wide. Now we're going to hit the grass, and that I fear is that's in for Liam Lawson. He'll start in the back. Well, it was looking better for the first lap, but plot on the hull, shall we say, of this lap. But once it started going wrong, it went very wrong. And even Max Verstappen saying the moment my tyres are not holding on. I'm telling you, the tyres have just held on. Soft tyre run for George Russell, just gone second fastest with the best middle sector so far. Norris, Russell, Verstappen, Leclerc, Piastri, the top 5 as we head to the last minute. And look down on the Yuki Tsunoda around the final quarter. Here at Albert Park, he needs to put a bit of distance between himself at the top, the bottom 5, and go 6th fastest. That'll do nicely for Yuki Tsunoda. So with a 116.2 safely in that safety zone, shall we say. Kimi Antonelli, Dollar's a lot better down the straight this time around, and only goes 10th fastest. It's a 116.5. He is right on the cut-off zone here as Gasly goes ahead of him and into 8th fastest. Next across the line will be Nico Hulkenberg trying to get out of the bottom 5 and starting his final lap. So he's left it late to do that. Isaac Hadjar crosses the line, goes 9th fastest. That's decent. And Lewis Hamilton being pushed ever nearer to that bottom 5 on his Ferrari debut. Here comes the Sauber of Gabriel Bortoleto starting a new lap, and Chad Dewar goes 8th fastest. He is all about to be quite happy with that one. That's super job. Hadjar doing a cracking job out there. There's the 2 Williams boys chucking it through the final corner. Red lights are on as we enter the session, but you can, of course, complete the lap, which he has done, goes 7th fastest. Esteban Ocon completed his lap just before that. Bob get out of the bottom 5 as Stroll goes snatching past him. Yes, Stroll has been pushed out ever nearer to that bottom 5. And Kimi Antonelli is also looking not in great shape down towards the lower reaches. First off, we'll concentrate on Lewis Hamilton. 8-time poster that doesn't want to get knocked out in Q1 for his first go of qualifying the Ferrari, and that'll do nicely. 6th fastest, he'll move on to Q2. So Babin not getting out. Ocon is out. Wilson is out. Hulkenberg and Bortoletto are the two that we're watching now. And here is the sound of Gabriel Bortoletto. He is the current reigning F2 champion. The year before that, it was F3 champion. Charles Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, George Russell did exactly the same thing. His pedigree is high, and this lap gets him out of the bottom 5 at the expense of Kimi Antonelli. That's a super lap. And Nico Hulkenberg has crossed the line, and Bortoletto, on his first go of qualifying in F1, has now qualified the value for Haas last year, was in the top 10 on the left side. And sitter Wish from blåst, and then next to the guy just in front. So, yeah, there's 2 front runners. We did not expect to lose in the first part of qualifying. Kimi Antonelli from Mercedes, Liam Lawson for Red Bull. See the job from Morton left zone there. I think he's the star of the future, that one. They've struggled to absolutely shine, I think, in that car this year. But, well, yeah, there was a lot of changing. Racing Bulls did a good job, as we thought it was. The car looked great when I was on track there yesterday, the Racing Bulls. But Jack doing ahead of Pierre Gasly under a lot of pressure. Well done, Jack. Yep, fastest rookie in that session. Ollie Berminton going to go. His gearbox gave up on him. Esteban Ocon, his Haas teammate, also out. Liam Lawson for Red Bull out in qualifying. Nico Hulkenberg for Sauber, and Kimi Antonelli getting through by what, 9/1000ths of a second of Antonelli's expense. Gabriel Bortoletto, who was coming in for a bit of criticism from Dr. Helmut Marko, the head of the Red Bull driver development program, said he was a B-grade driver. Well, Lawson going out, Bortoletto going through, probably what the doctor did order for this morning here at Albert Park. actually, as he walked past this guy, but hits down into turn one. So that's got it. It's trying to turn quite aggressively the wheel. The car did respond. So at that point, you know, it looks like he's got a limited confidence, starting to go for the lap. Come down to turn three. He's had that lockup we've seen earlier on there already. Look, a snap of oversteer there, but that's not too bad. And then as the lap starts to unfold, it just looks like it hasn't got the grip to go with it. So let's get down to turn six. I'll slow it down here as we get down to the right header. Understeer the way in, gets the nose in, then it bites. A little bit wide there, but it's not too bad as long as Liam was just saying to me, the first half of that actually felt pretty good. He thought, okay, he could get there. But as we're about to find out, as the lap unfolded, it just wasn't with him. Let's get to 9 and 10. This is where it starts to go away from him. So he gets to 9, okay, a little bit of correction. And then watch there, has to correct the wheel. And he's now there at that point, slightly wider than he would like. That puts him off wide on the curve there. So he's had a compromised run for the right hander of a turn 10. Let's get under braking. So then there, again a correction, again micro corrections, out wide on the exit curve. Turning it to the right hander here, but this is where finally he gets what's the front left there. Lock up, under rotation, completely misses off the apex there, and he's off into the gravel, into the grass there. So yeah, really unfortunate for him. I believe we got Liam Lawson is not actually going into the paint talking today, so okay. recharge on, like it's how difficult this hit can for you up to this point. Just talk me through that qualifying session and how you felt things about it. I know you've had a massive lack of running here so far this weekend. Yeah, it's we expected the start of quality to be tough. So yeah, to be honest, the two steps were expected to be off, and then we were just banging on Delhi into the decision that obviously going on when that second lap sort of put everything out of order a bit, and then last lap was good, honestly. I just told the lap checked up, right to set a big drop. So yeah, obviously missing P3 obviously doesn't help any of this, but he should be young off 8-8. So yeah, when I like it running, you haven't raced around this circuit before, so cut yourself a little bit of track on that front. But in terms of that run today, where were you at before you had the issues in final sector? I think we were at big quarter 6, quarter 9, we were about half setting up. So yeah, and then obviously we were just skipping brutally, but I already had a snap through with 90C, and my bait tires were really starting to drop down. So that's something we've just been battling this weekend, yeah, obviously something that we missed sort of practicing in P3. Do you feel better on high fuel? Are you more confident from the race that you can do something tomorrow? I haven't really done much high fuel running, so I think we feel like we need to stick with the car today regardless of this. Obviously Max is in a good position, so we definitely made a step. And obviously the weather tomorrow is variable, so let's see. All right, thank you. Yeah, it might be training through a little bit of rain in the car. It was knocked out in Q1 6 times last year, and it was knocked out itself at Q1 6 times last year with RB. Not the start that Liam Lawson wanted. Max Verstappen continues on in his different season, the same old for Red Bull. You can hear the Mexican fans now, can't they? Almost from here. On that one, big third. Right, let's concentrate up to now. And this is Max Verstappen, house on the track. Along with it, Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris, George Russell, Oscar Piastri, Lewis Hamilton, Alex Albon, Fernando Alonso, and Carlos Sainz for Rita Q2. Max Verstappen is giving it everything to reach head 5 and 6. He's massively quick through that section of the track, already brave with the car, and they've improved it dramatically since yesterday. Just line him, this is going through the cycle lane now, and now it gets a tiny little curb on the left-hand side, trying not to hit their board on the right on the way in. Oh, and he had to do a correction in the middle there. That's not the best we've seen of Max through that door of the Red Bull, and that means you just hesitate when you lose speed all the way down the next straight. There's a little bit of confidence, as you know, the back end of the car is coming unstuck a bit, but he's still en route at half-tidy lap time. And on a facet indication there, what he was saying at the end of Q1, our tyres are not holding on for the whole of the lap. He just didn't get the grit that he wanted. By the way, it's a 1:56 from Max Verstappen, and he's about 4 tenths faster than his best time in the first 5 of qualifying. Next across the line will be Charles Leclerc. It's a 1:15.8, so the the Red Bull of Max Verstappen. Yeah, and there's at least a quarter of a second left in Verstappen. Yeah, that's enormous lap time if they can't beat it, because Max had a few adventures on that lap. Lewis Hamilton last year was knocked out in Q2 at Melbourne for the first time since 2010. At that time, it was 16.0, albeit 2 tenths up on his best time of Q1. I dare say he's not going to be enough to get through to the final part of qualifying of this year. He's going to have to go some, because the likes of Oscar Piastri and George Russell are queuing up behind him and improving all the while. Piastri, 26 wall to the first sector, blistering starts to his latest flying lap. We're at the end of George Russell's flying lap. The man, of course, who was on the front row in 2023, goes into second place in 2025, just a tenth of a second off Max Verstappen. Carlos Sainz will be next to cross the line, goes fifth fastest behind Lewis by 4 tenths of a second. Alex Albon now crosses the line, and he goes into the top 4, 3 turks off the pace, and ahead of Hamilton and Sainz. So Albon, those two are just going to drive each other on all the air, aren't they, Sainz and Albon? Yeah. Towards Paz local hero Oscar Piastri got to offer. He's got a 15 at 4.68 and fastest overing, but they need to keep an eye on their rear mirrors for Verstappen on a cleaner lap. And Lando Norris, who is separated from his teammate by 88 1,000ths of a second. If Verstappen's lap was ominous, the local heroes, local fans will tell you Piastri's lap was obvious. They knew he was going to come out on top. Fernando Alonso was just fitted at the ends of what was shaping up to be a decent lap. But he was on the used tyres. Not quite sure why. He just galloped across the line there, to be honest. But I'm sure he's got his reasons. Last Stroll, so on these tyres, that goes 9th fastest of the point times we've had so far. So early skirmishes. It's McLaren 1 and 2, Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari. Much is getting closer to his teammates. 6 tenths off in FP1, 4 tenths off in FP2, just under 2 tenths off in FP3, and about 0.06 of a second faster than that in Q1. Explain why Alonso pissed. Oh yeah, I think that's why he pitted Bartik. It's going on to that. Yeah, I would have a look at that. Yeah, you always guaranteed to damage the underneath. Oh dear, I did. And then that's impossible to repair during qualifying. So we are allowed to repair genuine damage. You can demonstrate before the race tomorrow, but you do not want to be out there. Turn 10, net done side, correct? Yeah. That it lifts the front wheel off the ground. Now watch his right front to our left there, and we lifted it off the ground. There's not a lot of the droop, the suspension traveled on these, but so what have we got? We got five different teams in the top 6 at the moment. Show you just how competitive it is. And Ted continues on Lewis Hamilton. Yes, they're still figuring out how to work best with his team. He's asking his engineer Ricardo Adami for sector times and where he's losing the lap time. The answer is turn 1 at the moment. Most of the loss to Leclerc is turn 1. So that's something for Hamilton to work on. Just quick one on Antonelli. Confirmation from Mercedes that Antonelli broke the bib. That's the front of the floor on a curb, and he was losing 0.3 of a second to George Russell on every straight, of which there are quite a few around here. So that puts Antonelli's G1 exits across the through some content. So there's dragging, and that was very much a dragging pre-box or agging the Alpine car around this Albert Park circuit. Here comes Jack to the latest lap from him, not good enough for top 10. He's on the fringes of it, behind Isaac Adger, who continues to impress. It's the other rookie in the Racing Bull. Gabriel Bortolessa is not Sauber in the kids. He's the slowest of the times you've had so far in his first run of death. He's on a set of used tyres. Meanwhile, Yuki Tsunoda will be next to Prost, the line best qualifying year of 8th last season on the grid. Pretty centered in that race, and they are 6th fastest for Yuki Tsunoda. They're not bees. The Racing Bulls, just look at that's pretty handy around it. Yeah, and in the high-speed corners when I was out there yesterday, and they're really stable. You can see the drivers felt confident. It's in a hassle them through the quick stuff as doing loses that to 1 of 16.995, so therefore doesn't have a time on the board. So the bottom 5 Jack Dewett and Fernando Alonso, Gabriel Fortaletto, Lance Stroll, and then the Isaac Hadjar. And be checking Fernando Alonso's car. They'll be checking the Williams and Carlos Sainz as well. Both Williams drivers saying that the tire temperature that could be too hot. We're not getting them up to temperature. You do want to have the confidence of turning it upside down, knowing that you've got that grip. The crane looked like he had it there. Fresh, soft tires in it. Yep, those are them. I think are on their fresh tires because Hamilton is just a few hundred meters up the track. It's always a bit risky. You send those out like that because it's the first time that has a problem that it is the other flag. You lose too, but at this level, you don't consider that. Only the dust kicked up there, and I think there was other people's scrabble rather than him running wide. So Charles Leclerc is in a personal best first sector, matched by Lewis Hamilton. The middle sector is just 17 seconds on. Okay for Leclerc. Let's see, Hamilton will be alone shortly. So they're getting on with it. I think this will end. It's a second and personal best to the 10th slower for Lewis Hamilton. He's lost out to Leclerc through turn 6. All three, the practice sessions, but they're even Stevens on the rest of that. Yeah, there's not much to separate them, but Ferrari very much in touch with the pace setters on the tracks, Piastri and Sid Norris, as Charles Leclerc makes his way around the final corner. Get as close as you dare to the wall, but give yourself a bit of breathing space, because that could be a nasty accident. They lost so much time in that final sector. Only 5th fastest for Charles Leclerc. Did he push too hard, too soon? Did Lewis Hamilton do the same thing? He's only 6th fastest. The Ferrari in that final sector, just, it's not hooked up. When you look at the time share, speed new air tires, the alarm bells should be going off now for Ferrari because there's a lot of faster cars around them. And they're really just ahead of Tsunoda, Albon, and Co, and Gasly for that matter. So they're not challenging the front row at the moment, and they cannot keep the rear tires at the any time all the way through the 40 volleys. What looked like a pretty speedy car and had service back Charlotte where an FP2s steadily trucked away from that assumption as Saturday has gone on. 4.5 minutes to go. Yeah, in Albert Park, Zach Brown, it's looking pretty decent for you and your McLaren seat so far. So far, so good. Let's finish this session and now see if we can repeat this in Q3. What are the drivers' free details of the handling of it? Like the top sick is efficient. I think yeah, they're happy. So I think they're just refining their laps here a little bit. Those are 2 really good laps. Oscar's who's fantastic, as is Lando's. So yeah, I think everything's under control so far. Your two drivers must smell a World Championship opportunity this year. They'll be desperate when they, especially my range, to out-qualify each other. And they must be focused on each other, your two drivers. Yeah, they're not saying as such, but I have a sneaky suspicion when they look at the timing screen, they look to see where their teammate is, that's for sure. I'm sure they do. Zach, thanks for joining us. We'll come back to you if we can during Q3. And some about to get Larry once again out on the track, and they're all steadily making their way out. Lewis Hamilton, for Freddie on the circuit, and I think doing another warm-up lap. I'm assuming that he came into the pitch and changed tires after his last flying run. We didn't see him coming to the pits, but he's going slowly down the main straight there, and he's freely into where all the other cars are trying to come out. And they've got enough time to get out and get a lap completed. They sound like a bag of spanners when they're tipping you over, don't they? It's that awful. And especially when they're almost render limits are coming down the pit lane. That crisp as when they're up there at the 50,000 revs. We're used to traffic jams around Albert Park, and it's the most expensive one of the weekends. In the pit lane was Lando Norris trying to find a way through, Ted. Yeah, but Charles Leclerc has come into the pits, and rather than dive right into his garage, he's just joined the queue. So it looks like Hamilton has stayed out, yay, on that old Gazelle tyres. Leclerc is cooling off his tyres. It's going back again, as the McLaren has to be wheeled back, because it's otherwise going to take the front wing off. It looks like Leclerc is going to come out on the same set of soft tyres. These soft tyres, by the way, Leclerc reported back on the radio, my front left is completely gone. Well, and there's a bit of like that. He's going to have another cut. I think if he doesn't go straight on, he'll not make it around the start final attempt anyway. We're running out of time. So they've really got the chronology roll there, haven't they, at Ferrari? They cooled out by the queue. Now in practice, Ferrari were getting better times on their second runs, quite run on a set of the soft compound tyres. But to do that in qualifying is asking quite a lot for both drivers. The reason Hamilton stayed out was because he didn't want to get stuck in the back of the queue like his teammate did. Now this focus on Gabriel, so that kind of a bit nasty, it's safe. Absolutely. And onto the same one as his dwarf back to the World Cup. That was phenomenal for Gabriel Bortoleto, who could have been heading through a wall, but that has absolutely ruined his lap. Yeah, he's heading to becoming a spectator now, isn't he, for the second, or the final part of qualifying, I should say. At least it's not in the wall. Yeah, and I think that should be the relief from the selections of those down in the Sauber garage. Happening Maple Syrup Day, Cabinet team. As we watch Lance Stroll trying to get himself out of a sticky situation. He's down at 12th place currently. Jack Doohan also on the track looking for his progress. But here comes Stroll then towards the end of this latest flying lap. What do his sector times look like? Down by 3/10 in the first sector, down by 10 in the second sector. Based on who's going the fastest, George Russell has just at the fastest middle sector on his latest flying lap. And DRS has been disabled because someone has gone off on the middle part of the map. But it's Lewis Hamilton that has stopped instead, as well as Stroll doesn't make his way out of the bottom 5. Jack Doohan can carry him. He's past the scene, and that is Lewis Hamilton in the middle of the track. Not where he wants to be. 6th fastest, and now just a tad vulnerable. Yeah, Doohan's had to navigate an awful lot of athletic traffic as that compromised him as he goes over the line. And Doohan 13, he won't go through to the top 10 shooter, but still a good effort. So there will have been yellow flags. A lot of people will have had their lap times compromised by Lewis Hamilton's spin. Piastri goes through, and he is the fastest driver in this session. Verstappen, just starting his last flying lap, has gone quickest through the first sector. Isaac Hadjar trying to get out of the bottom 5, hasn't made it by just under 6/100ths of a second. Watch to the relief, I'm sure, of Carlos Sainz, who crosses the line, and in Prix to go 7th fastest out of Salona. And this man is teammate Alex Albon, who stays 9th fastest. Gasly is on the cusp. I'm just trying to see who might be able to challenge it. Fernando Alonso is the only one that might have that challenge. He's in that bottom 5, but here comes Max Verstappen. Hit wide through the penultimate corner. 2 personal bests, so 2 fastest of anybody so far. Verstappen goes over the line and stays with that scruffy end in up. So, yeah, if you push too hard, your tyres aren't there for you at the end. As Lando Norris goes quickest in the second part of qualifying. Fernando Alonso only makes it 12th fastest. Lewis Hamilton had his spin, but he will make it through, as will Pierre Gasly in 10th for Alpine. That's a strong qualifying for him. Wow, what a breathless ends. And while Ferrari have got problems, they at least have 2 cars into the second part. Yeah, they're going to go. They go again. And Tsunoda every day doing a fine job, saying, idiots crush him, and they go. He should be in the Red Bull. Maybe he's better off where he is. Whoops, they're still on the way in. And you got a massive engine effect when your engine and gearbox starts overtaking you. There is no way back. That, remember, on a set of tyres that have already done 1 flying lap, and he backed off for a couple to cool them down, and they were just overheating at the end of the lap. So look at Gabriel Bortoleto and his experience through turn 4. He was heading to the car park. Yeah, he got the car started to plunge before he hit the curb. So he arrived at the curb, slightly unstable, and then the face fell for him. And he so you butchered it off. So you have a counter steering, and that's cost him dear. He's out along with Jack Doohan, Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Isaac Hadjar, Tofanoki in qualifying, missed out by less than 6/100ths of a second. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, though, saw McLaren first and second fastest. They look like the team to beat, but it is so close to the top. Any slight error should cost you dear. The chase for pole to cup. Welcome back to Albert Park, first qualifying session of the season. Ferrari have problems. If the sea, shell the grass, canning the data. Out on track, this was one of the many moments that weren't going quite as smooth as he would have wanted. He's been noted by race control for a possible impeding incident. He has, George Russell has. George trundling away. Mr. Brungle, is he trundling at the wrong part on the track? Like, he certainly wasn't being helpful, but I don't think it's more the Ferrari getting a little bit leery in there, but certainly George wasn't helping along. And what didn't help Lewis Hamilton was a spin on his final flying lap. Corinne Chandler, so the Sky Pad it is. Thank you, Kofi. Yeah, let's have a look at this here. This was Hamilton running down towards the turn 11. And I'll just slow it down because he goes in okay and then gets to the apex line. And in the back of the car, it's just not with him. You slide you wide of the apex. And then the rear of the car just went away. You mentioned in commentary they had tyres that had done multiple laps at that stage. And Ferrari had been struggling earlier in the session with the rear tyre grip in the final sector, just cooking the rear tyres. They were good in sectors 1 and 2, and they didn't have the grip in the final sector. Now, really unfortunate for Jack Dillon because that spin for Lewis Hamilton came at the wrong time for him. He had done a good first and second sector. And in fact, let's remember, he was an Casby. Do you want? But there's the yellow flag. Unfortunately for him, he gets to that corner. There's Lewis in the middle of the track, so he's had to abandon his lap, basically. He pushes on, but then he's got traffic in front, and the whole thing just goes away from Jack in the final part of the lap. So really unfortunate for him. He's done a very, very good job so far in qualifying. Yes, that didn't work out for him. So I believe we can hear from Kimi Antonelli a little bit now. Our whistle. His exit for the garage has been bumped. Can you just tell us the thinking behind going out on the medium tyre first of all in Q1? I think was something we agreed with the team, and with the old, medium tyre, maybe even medium tyre, lap 1 maybe would have not been optimal. That lap 2 normally the tyre improved, but we decided to change flat at the very end and go straight and soft. But I think, yeah, the ED6, that blood of gravel that was on the curb really broke my car because the drawer was just a big damage afterwards, and it was kind of hanging. I could feel, the car bumped me massively in the straight, and yeah, it's a shame because without the damage, probably would have been a different qualified. Would it be done from that session then to the IVG side to take into next senior boat, right? Yeah, that I mean is not ideal because I mean you're getting how we didn't have to say definitely we could have played for a better result, but is what it is, and now we move on and we will feel to what we did it on. Hitting that like absolutely Q1 after that, seeing what damage his teammate George Russell is 3 to Q 3, and then further investigation of that impeding investigation from the stewards. And this is what the teenagers and the rookies are learning. You can't make mistakes because there are always ramifications. You stick it in the walls, then you might have a drive shaft or a gearbox issue later on. We run wide, you damage the floor, and that's all the things. Unfortunately, you have to learn the hard way, as we've seen with him and Antonelli. So we have Q3 then, and the race for pole. Since 2005 here in Australia, have both Williams reached Q3. Both Webber and Nick Heidfeld that day. They put 2 Williams in Q3 today. Both Webber is now Oscar Piastri's manager. Can Oscar Piastri get pole today after 6 front row starts in his career so far? Hasn't done a pole yet. Zach Brown's the CEO at McLaren. Max Verstappen is a threat. Hopefully he's got forgettable like Lando against Oscar for the top stop today, Zach. I think Max is a big threat. So was Russell Holmes Pride planning it player be June soon some rule here for who was out. So I think we got 6 cars shit report here. But I feel good. You send your cars out very early, Zach, presumably to try and stay out of anybody else's yellow flags, gravel and carnage. Yeah, absolutely. And just try to get a banger in here early with that 2 sets of new stops. So we want to make sure we optimize both. Right, we'll let you watch the lap for a little with Oscar Piastri as who is going for his first ever pole in Formula One at his home track in his hometown. How's it been so far, Buzz? Sorry, I was just looking at something else dropped in. Yeah, sorry, here we go. Into turn 6. Nice. Using all the track available. That's your job as a racing driver, to minimize the angle of the corners and to actually make the track as short as you can get away with without getting a penalty, and carry speed through those apexes. 9 and 10. Neat and tidy again, left a sensible margin there to give a little tiny bit of slipstream and get the DRS closed. I was putting the throttle hard, using all the racetrack available, where will give you an advantage. Car still looking nice and hooked up towards the end of the lap. Just tried to keep it tight, he hasn't done so. It's cost him, he'll slow down through the final quarter as well. So we had a little going on, just got a bit too greedy on the brakes into the penultimate corner, and that cost Piastri from didn't own that basically. Well, 16-1 there. Well down for his best time he did. So Lando Norris started same provisional pole with 1:15.9. Charles Leclerc will be next to cross the line. Troy Ferrari, and Leclerc goes to the top of the time, thinks. More than 15.7 for Charles Leclerc as well. Then Norris gets his lap timer deleted. Ferrari from the midst of mediocrity, and now right up on the provisional front row with George Russell going ahead of Charles Leclerc, and saving his best lap at this moment as in his Hamilton on used tyres goes 4 fastest. Well, we heard from Zach they wanted to get a banker at me, and neither driver did. One went wide and the other had it deleted. And this man, could you serve a lot? It does. Max Verstappen up pole for the last 10 years here at Albert Park has just put his Red Bull up the provisional pole by a couple of hundredths of a second. As you say, Leclerc right in there as well. So this puts pressure on the 2 McLaren drivers now. They've got to get it done. Got to get out. They've got to spot every braking point, every turning point. Keep the throttle up. Absolutely at the right moment. Keep their tyres intact. And they haven't got that banker lap in. But that's what they get paid the money to do. Right, where to start discussing all of that? Let's go with Oscar Piastri and where we went wrong first for Lando Norris and where it went wrong for him. That's why he had his lap time deleted. Bring for him to do tip 6 similar anglist. So fast, set up a trick this. Yeah, we will do. Actually with that. Searching with that all weekend long. As your Lando Norris. This is his teammate, Oscar Piastri. We saw this just going too deep. Yeah, he just tried to carry too much speed in there, and the front axle wasn't out there. And he was probably still just dragging the brake pedal as he turned in. And the front went across the road, runs you wide, and it's a horrible feeling in there. You kind of, whenever you do that with the pedals, well, the steering wheel, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You're running wide. Really handy try from Alex Albon, 5th fastest on a set of used tyres. Pierre Gasly also had used tyres up, as did Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton. Lando Norris, no time on the board. Sainz, 9th fastest. Gasly behind Hamilton, behind Tsunoda, behind Albon. And then the top 4, well, Alex Albon is right in contention with Oscar Piastri, given that Piastri lost a bit of time. But there is so tight. Less than a 1/10 of a second between the top 3. 10 down to you. Certainly is. You know, if you're McLaren, if you're Oscar or Lando, you make a mistake, who's going to be there to punish you? Max Verstappen. But actually, he was slower. I don't know if this is a wide moment. Crafty, he was bit else top the line. But he was a 10th slower, Verstappen, in that run than he was at the end of Q2. It was a 15.6 just gone now, and he hurt 15.5 in Q2. Yeah, well, the track temperature's changing all the time. That can have a bearing. The clouds are coming over. That should not be helping, Ted. Just be right. The English swimmer, Charles Leclerc, made an improvement on his best time in Q2, as did George Russell. So that, just looking to see who else made the improvement. That's pretty much it. Track getting a little bit slower out there as we get towards the checkered flag to end this qualifying session. We have that little model valve where the drivers will study the data on the streets in front of them, and the mechanics of the garage will make a few running repairs. Out comes the gaffer to Lando Norris's floor, just to try and repair a little bit of damage that might have been caused by him running over the gravel again. Unwise for that, though, just to be a couple of inches further to the right. He has been flirting with that gravel trunk all the way through. This is where it's Hamilton on his run. Down the turn 11 where it puts. He had that spin. Hey, Jude Stewart was going a little bit wide there, Martin. Yeah, these tires in his second hand, they've had a decent runs. Did you leave? He's got wonderfully set that now, but again, taking a lot of speed in, and the tire just wouldn't tolerate it. So Max Verstappen then doesn't have a pole since Austria last season. Has provisional pole currently. That is not to say Max Verstappen did not win qualifying at Spa and in Qatar. He did. He was fastest in Q3. He had grid penalties. He didn't start on pole. But hold on to it, or it might get taken away from him by George Russell or Charles Leclerc. Three different constructors in the top three. Thought that they just struck into the top four, but McLaren, the favourite going into qualifying with a lot to do here, has outcome the cars as Charles Leclerc digs in to the QN, Lewis Hamilton, and then the Williams. I think of Alex Albon there just politely. They could ask for Ferrari to the off bid because they let Leclerc in first, and then he compromised Hamilton to get it in the queue at all. And then you got at the back, safe with the outbid is. It's proved to be enough time for the pack to get out, but as you can tell, if it's 75 seconds for a hot lap, well, you don't want to scorch the tyres up on this out lap. You would coast along like this, and you want time to prepare. Even a giant track in front of you. And once again, McLaren have gone early, but this time, the drivers have got to deliver. So, take us into the mind of Lando Norris here. You've got a car that can do it, but you can't afford to make any mistakes. I think at this level they should park that, but subconsciously he'll be sitting there because you don't tighten up in the car. You need to give it absolutely everything, wring its neck, that you know that if you make a mistake, you don't have anything else on the board. We think Leclerc's gone out on used tyres. I think he hadn't ran out of tyres. And certain that foundation, although 15 said he's not too shabby with his put in to date. So at this level, you just apply the pressure and get out and to then do that. And finally, making his way, as we enter the pit lane, out onto the track is Yuki Tsunoda. So we've got all 10 cars out of the track as Oscar Piastri begins his final flying lap. Take us through this, Martin. There's been a bit of traffic here, but they should get it out of the way and ride and drive into that first chicane. Not as good, didn't run wide at all. Trying to nick a bit of slipstream from that car. This car, the Vitara, good on these plants, so he can take a nice wide line through. And this opens up turn 4 for him. Car still trying to complain a bit, absolutely flat out through there. But he's underneath the canopy of trees. And the unsighted turn 6, he must not run wide. He did not run wide. This is just easy flat out now. Just trying to turn the steering wheel as little as you can get away with, to not scrap any speed. And now this is the big money corner. This is where they have to get it absolutely right on the way in. Getting a direction change well, lent his place on the outside, possibly a touch cautious, but no drama at all. And Piastri obviously has got some rear tyres to the end of that. Came out of there very keenly. This is looking nice, very nice indeed. Traffic getting out of his way. This time he's kept it in place. Now he's got to absolutely mash the troll through the final quarter, align the run to the line. What is it going to yield for him? The Astri fastest by a long way. Half a second for the rest to try and make up. Even ahead of Walls, you can see the celebrations, but it's whether Norris going to deny him. Norris crosses line, and he trades pay. The lesser attempt of a second. It's required here. Charles, don't count out, but extra straight up George Russell, because they're both within touching distance. Special pressures behind it. Tuck pushes Max Verstappen out of things. Here comes the motors from pole. For the last 2 years at Alpha 5, Verstappen pushes it in, tackles the shift ahead. He's on the second round with a Mercedes of George Russell. It is Lando Norris starting this campaign. Believe that he's finished the last campaign by taking pole position. somebody can do something about it. That somebody quickly, Lewis Hamilton. He's been on pole lane time champion before. The Brunel return. He certainly can it out of the park, and he crosses the line to go 6th fastest over behind his teammate Charles Leclerc, who pitched from 5th place. Now, in the couple of Williams. Carlos Sainz, last year's winner, 8th fastest. Really good effort for Williams in this qualifying. The Canal Bond goes a little bit quicker. His new teammate, yes, he can. And he goes faster than the two Ferraris of Leclerc and Hamilton. Standings and Alex Albon. And the Williams qualifying Ferrari had written on the back for base mice. All three. Nice job from Gasly as well. Sinoga continues to that and goes Steph. That's sensational for Yuki Tsunoda. I don't know why we weren't watching that, because his timing for the first and second sector put him right on the cusp of that top 5 appearance, and that is Yuki Tsunoda's best ever qualifying in Albon Park. It's Lando Norris's best ever qualifying. McLaren, the pre-season favourites, the pre-season pace setters, have got back the first season king. Oh, that is bold. Unbelievable car. Amazing work. Thank you so much.
Lewis Hamilton realized a dream on Monday when he made his first appearance as a Ferrari driver at Maranello. Gearing up for a new era in red, Hamilton met with Ferrari chiefs John Elkann, Benedetto Vigna, and Fred Vasseur before being shown around their impressive facilities.
Are you hiding? Are you coming out? I've been waiting for this day forever, so I'm really happy. I'm excited to meet everybody. Can't wait to start and get going.
The 7-time world champion signed for Ferrari in January last year, but contractual commitments to Mercedes prevented any substantive contacts until the end of 2024. There are some days that you know you'll remember forever, and today, my first as a Ferrari driver, is one of those days, Hamilton said on a post on Instagram. I've been lucky enough to have achieved things in my career I never thought possible, but part of me has always held on to that dream of racing in red. I couldn't be happier to realize that dream today. Today we start a new era in the history of this iconic team, and I can't wait to see what story we will write together. Lewis Hamilton is expected to drive a 2023 F1 car at Ferrari's Fiorano test track later in the week, and will complete further days in it at Barcelona before the launch of the 2025 Ferrari on the 19th of February. He is also likely to try out the 2025 car in the team simulator. Official F1 pre-season testing is at Bahrain on 26 to 28 February, where Hamilton and teammate Charles Leclerc will share the 3 days of running equally. Fred Vasseur has said that Hamilton faces a challenge getting up to speed in the short time available before the start of the season in Australia from 14 to 16 March. The 2023 car is the most recent Hamilton is permitted to drive under F1's testing restrictions. Among the differences to which he will have to adapt is that this will be the first time in Hamilton's 18-year F1 career that he has driven a car that does not use a Mercedes engine. Hamilton will have a place to live in Italy to help his assimilation into Ferrari, which is regarded as the national team. To stay up to date about more Lewis Hamilton and other Formula One news, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Lewis Hamilton has driven a Ferrari Formula One car for the first time at his new team's test track in Italy. After making his debut on Monday by appearing for the first time at Maranello, the headquarters of Ferrari, which he joined this year after 12 seasons at Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton showed himself in his new colors on Tuesday. The 7-time champion stunned F1 last February by signing for Ferrari from this year in the sport's highest-profile transfer of all time, and his maiden run in one of their iconic red cars has been eagerly anticipated since then. And on Wednesday morning, Hamilton drove the team's 2023 car around their Fiorano track, which is adjacent to the team's factory. Hamilton will be entitled to a maximum of 1,000 kilometers on track. On Tuesday, Hamilton went to the Fiorano circuit to meet with team boss Frederic Vasseur and Ferrari CEO Benedetto Vigna. He was also able to talk to several members of the team he will be working alongside in the coming weeks, including Riccardo Adami, who will be his track engineer. There are days you know you will remember for the rest of your life, and today, my debut as a Ferrari driver is one of them, Hamilton said in a Ferrari statement. I have been fortunate to achieve things I never thought possible in my career. but a part of me has always had this dream of racing in red. I couldn't be happier to be making that dream come true today. Today we begin a new era in the history of this legendary team, and I can't wait to see what story we will write together. A lot has been made of Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari, with many considering it the biggest transfer, not only in F1 history, but sporting history due to his public appeal. The blockbuster Hamilton-Ferrari move has united F1's most successful driver in history with the most successful team. Hamilton, who turned 40 earlier this month, has won a record 105 races and a joint best 7 world championships, while Ferrari lead the way on the all-time tables for both drivers and constructors' title triumphs. But the Scuderia have not won any title since 2008, although a strong end to last season saw them finish within 14 points of new constructors' champions McLaren in second place. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Formula One news, including updates on Lewis Hamilton.
Ferrari have announced that Zhou Guanyu will be the reserve driver alongside Antonio Giovinazzi for the 2025 season. The Chinese driver returns to Maranello, having previously spent 4 seasons with the Scuderia Ferrari Driver Academy. Zhou Guanyu is taken on as a reserve driver for Scuderia Ferrari HP alongside Antonio Giovinazzi, who continues in this role.
Ciao guys, it's Zhou Guanyu here. I'm so happy to announce this year I will be the Scuderia Ferrari HP F1 team reserve driver. It's a great honor to be one of the reserve drivers that can help really develop the team, and I can't wait to see you all around the circuit, and it's amazing to be coming back to home where it all started. Forza Ferrari.
For the Chinese driver, it is something of a homecoming, as he spent 4 years with the Scuderia Ferrari Driver Academy from 2015 to 2018. Zhou is the first driver from China to compete in Formula One, racing for Alfa Romeo Racing in the 2022 and 2023 seasons, staying with the team under its Kick Sauber name in 2024. He has taken part in 68 Grand Prix, scored 16 points and twice set the race fastest lap. Zhou posted on X after the announcement, "Back to where it all started, thanks Ferrari for believing in me and can't wait to start this new chapter together." Zhou shares the reserve driver role with Antonio Giovinazzi, who has worked with Scuderia Ferrari HP since 2017. The Italian will also continue to race in the World Endurance Championship in the number 51 Ferrari 499P, with which he won the 2023 Sierra Leone and Leone's Mans 24 Hours. Both drivers will back up the blockbusting pairing of Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton as Ferrari push to go one better and finish first in the Constructors' Championship. Let us know your thoughts about the upcoming season and what you make of this move by Ferrari, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to get more Formula One updates. A reminder that you can support the channel by becoming a member so that we can bring you even more updates and live race coverage. Thank you for your support. Ferrari has officially unveiled its 2025 Formula One car, the SF25. The reveal was made at the F1 75 live season launch event in London's O2. The team's new drivers, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, and team principal Fred Vasseur, were present at the event. This launch marks a new chapter for Hamilton after his 12-year-long tenure with Mercedes. The SF25 is a stark contrast from its predecessor, with Vasseur revealing that minimal components have been retained from last year's car. This design shift is part of Ferrari's partnership with HP and marks a departure from the traditional all-red look. The base red has been darkened to allow the white elements to blend seamlessly with HP's branding. Hamilton, a 7-time world champion, said he felt invigorated and so full of life ahead of his debut season with Ferrari. Ferrari's 2025 Formula One contender, the SF25, retains the current engine specifications, a turbocharged 1.6-litre V6 hybrid. This engine boasts a 15,000 RPM redline, a 100 kg/h fuel flow rate above 10,500 RPM, and high-pressure direct fuel injection. The SF25's chassis is a monocoque structure, housing the powertrain and energy recovery system. It gets pull rod suspension on the front and rear, along with Brembo ventilated carbon disc brakes. This is the 71st single-seater built by Ferrari for F1 Championship. Ferrari is keen to put an end to its championship drought with the new SF25. The team had narrowly missed out on the Constructors' Championship to McLaren last season. After unveiling the car and its livery, the SF25 will hit the track for the first time during a shakedown at Ferrari's Fiorano circuit. Pre-season testing starts at the Bahrain International Circuit from February 26 to 28, while the campaign officially begins with the Australian Grand Prix on March 14 to 16. Let us know your thoughts about the upcoming season and what you make of the new Ferrari livery, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to get more Formula One updates. A reminder that you can support the channel by becoming a member in order for us to bring you even more updates and live race coverage. Thank you for your support. Williams has followed up its FW47 launch by unveiling its livery for the 2025 Formula One campaign. Williams showcased the design scheme that it will sport across the upcoming campaign at the F1 season launch event alongside the other 9 incumbent teams at London's O2. The unveiling came less than a week after the Grove-based outfit rolled out its FW47 for the first time during a shakedown broadcast live on YouTube and the team's website from Silverstone. The FW47 sported a one-off livery on that occasion to mark its historic title partnership with Atlassian, which James Vowles called one of the biggest in sports, and the software company was celebrated further still via the true livery unveiled on Tuesday. Furthermore, Williams has added Betway and Jackpot City parent company Supergroup to its growing roster of partnerships, and both brands featured on the FW47's predominantly royal blue design. The FW47 livery also boasts the logo of Santander following a multi-year partnership and brings back the branding of renewed partners Duracell, Gulf Oil and Kraken. A tumultuous off-season and campaign littered with crashes stunted Williams' progression in 2024 en route to 9th in the constructors' standings, but Vowles has every reason to be more confident going into the upcoming campaign. The Williams workforce has grown from 700 to 1,000, production processes have improved, and the team has welcomed Grand Prix winner Carlos Sainz into the driver lineup alongside Alex Albon. Let us know your thoughts about the upcoming season and what you make of all the Williams 2025 livery, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to get more Formula One updates. A reminder that you can support the channel by becoming a member so that we can continue to bring you more updates and live race coverage. Thank you for your support.
Big changes are on the horizon for Kick Sauber. Jonathan Wheatley is officially stepping in as team principal on April 1, 2025. After nearly 2 decades at Red Bull, where he played a pivotal role in securing 6 Constructors' Championships and 7 Drivers' titles, Wheatley is ready for this new challenge. His first race? The iconic Japanese Grand Prix. He won't be alone. He'll collaborate closely with Mattia Binotto, the Chief Operating Officer and Chief Technical Officer, as they report directly to Gernot Dollner, the chairman of the board. This shared leadership model is set to redefine the team's future. Wheatley is excited about Audi's entry into Formula One, calling it a uniquely exciting prospect. Meanwhile, Kick Sauber is shaking things up with a fresh driver lineup, Nico Hülkenberg and rookie Gabriel Bortoleto, parting ways with Valtteri Bottas and Zhou Guanyu. This is just the beginning of a bold new chapter for the team. Formula One fans, brace yourselves for an exhilarating transformation.
Yuki Tsunoda is making waves off the track after missing out on a Red Bull promotion for 2025. He's reshuffled his management team, partnering with Diego Menchaca, a former racer who's now fully focused on driver management. Menchaca wasted no time meeting with Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko to strengthen Tsunoda's ties within the organization. Despite impressively outperforming teammates like Knight de Vries and Daniel Ricciardo, Red Bull opted to promote Liam Lawson instead, leaving Tsunoda to lead Racing Bulls alongside rookie Isak Hadjar. After a career-best 12th place finish in 2024, he's poised as the clear #1 driver. But with questions about his future and limited options as teams secure their lineups, this could be a pivotal season for Tsunoda. Can he prove himself and secure a lasting place on the grid?
Imagine the roar of a V10 engine echoing through the circuits once again. Christian Horner believes it's time to bring back that thrilling sound, arguing that F1 has become too complex and costly with its current V6 hybrid power units. Since 2014, the focus has been on efficiency, but at what cost? The upcoming 2026 regulations aim to simplify things, yet Horner sees an opportunity to revisit the past with sustainable fuels. FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem has hinted at this possibility, but not everyone agrees. Toto Wolff thinks it's too early to discuss engines beyond 2026. Still, Horner's vision of reviving the V10 era could reignite.
Like a opposite kind of mindset in these conditions because you want to take it easy, but like a opposite kind of mindset in these conditions because you want to take it easy, but for Formula One in 2025. But Cab have not tapped the front row of the grid. I think it's crossing a few moments' time. We're going to get going. Tuck up. The valet welcomes the 12 full-class teams to the epicenter to its glamour and Hollywood. So as the states have their eye on the prize in California. Checked out this son of a state won the state. No, they raided the city they just say, gee, we don't. Yeah, it's over the top. It's just bye. Still Turkey. Come up. Yeah, just let go, but I'm drunk. Watched. There's shit. But should be is this it chili Patreon science extraordinary. There are sounds that never disappear from our minds, and that always come back to none. There you go, live on Fiend Sports. All righty then, shall we get going with this? Fellow fans around the world, welcome to the 75th anniversary of the Formula One World Championship, and in particular, a warm welcome track heading for the Republic of Ireland to the United Kingdom. And you might just be a tad bleary-eyed at the thought of a brand new season. And what a start to the season this could be. We've raced around the lake on track that at times this morning has resembled a lake. It has been raining all morning, but it's just easing off here in Albert Park for an Australian Grand Prix that has given us 5 different winners in the last 5 runnings. But a 1, 2, 3 on the grid has never finished in that order. And we're inside with the top 6 on the grid today have never won this race before. And we've got 5 sets of tyre cold downs to interest you as well. The soft, the C5, the G4, medium, C3R. That's a good race triumph. We might not need it if there might be inches and wets all the way here in the sporting capital of the last Australia. It's the 28th time we've had a World Championship Australian Grand Prix here in Melbourne, and for the 23rd time Albert Park has hosted the season opener, and for the first time since 2019. And this is how the starting grid looks, with Oliver Mammon starting from the pit lane, and Esteban Ocon, his teammate at Haas, is last on the grid. Liam Lawson has been a late switch to a pit lane start. They changed the rear wing on his Red Bull. Nico Hulkenberg will start on his own. We have Gabriel Bortoleto out qualifying Nico Hulkenberg for his debut in Formula 1. Anthony Kimi Antonelli makes his debut too. Lance Stroll alongside Jack Doohan, one of 2 Australians racing here in Albert Park this weekend. Isaac Hadger just missed out on qualifying in the top 10. He's 11th. Fernando Alonso on one side here. Then we have Carlos Sainz with Williams getting 2 cars at the top 10 here for the first time in 20 years. Pierre Gasly is 9th on the grid for Alpine, and then the 2 Ferrari boys. Lewis Hamilton 8th on his Ferrari debut, alongside Charles Leclerc in 7th. Alex Albon 6th, a career best in Albert Park. Yuki Tsunoda has the same at equals his team's best out of stars. George Russell starts 4th for Mercedes. Max Verstappen has led the World Championship for the last 63 Grand Prix. It's 3rd, and it's a little McLaren front row lockout for the 66th time in Formula 1. Oscar Piastri alongside Lando Norris, who won some pole march in front on the season finale in Abu Dhabi, and he's aiming to do it all again as we kick off 2025. It's going to be a tough afternoon, though. It's going to be so slippery out there. They'll be looking for the white lines. There's some bicycle lanes right out the back there as well. They're pretty treacherous, and they're starting more to down and certified. The safety cars let the grid suggest that it's not going to be a safety car start. They are E on intermediate tyres, including those in the pit lane. You only really need the wet, so there's more static, more big puddles. Then otherwise you want all rubber on the track, which the intermediates give you. They do exactly what they say in all the too. So what they call the land to sea ratio, the rubber versus the rubber versus the grooves, as it were. Well, I'm hearing that Lance Stroll is on wet tyres. It's not what it says here on the computer, but we haven't seen it on the camera. So that seems to be right. Anyway, so what the front runners will, the sounds of it, be on the intermediate tyre, which way you want. Tricky, greasy, slippery conditions. 6 rookies. First Grand Prix in history to feature 4 drivers under the age of 21. There's one word that springs to mind in my mind, and that's kerfuffle. We could get a lot of that today. Indeed, we could. And the front areas, if you lock or brake and run wide, the curbs, and that can be internally damaged. The underneath of his car yesterday on the curbs, the gravel tracks, and the walls, they will all damage your car. You can scamper through down at turn 3, and there's a little bit of a tarmac service road, but it's a snatch a brake. It's going to be so easy for them going into these braking zones. Last person I remember scampering at turn 3 was you running back to get your T-car. You have accidents here, you have big accidents here. And there is Lando Norris leaving the cars off only formation lap and already passing. You can see that visibility is not exactly perfect. It's difficult, but I'm sure McLaren would have preferred a rolling start behind his safety car or something, because it takes away the peril for them. Heading down into the finish corner and to the extent the lottery of getting away well in these conditions. So Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri alongside each other on the front row at a team who say their drivers are free to race and brace each other. But how much caution has to go with that on a day like today? They'll just tell you must not. Doing it right into each other. We got somebody off already. We have already one of the racing balls, so that is Isaac Hadger. It looks like he's trying to get the car. You know, it's a gear at the very least. Broken railing, I think. Yeah, look at the angle of that rear wing. It's at 45 degrees, if my math is correct. And that is down at turn 2. Let's delay the start. That's when we said you're going to delay the start, isn't it? Let's slowly get axe off. So then saw it, should put some heat into his tyres, and this is not need to be doing that. That is good unlucky next. So the anti-locked on him, and that just lit the rear up, didn't it? And yeah, when the battery pack kicked in as well, you had a huge amount of torque through only a steady rear wheel drive, no traction control on these cars, or ABS like it had on your road cars. And well, they're called rookies for a reason on how they are. So if it's likely to be a delayed start, is Isaac Hadger out of it completely now? Can we get his car back and do a pit lane starts? You know what that really then it's a bit tricky to change that, and that's a bit the main thing. Too sad. That's so. There will be 5 rookies on the grid then. Or 5 rookies in this race. Isaac Hadger out before we even get going, and the cars making their way onto the main straight now to line up again. Whilst Isaac Hadger just walks away, and we have got an official aborted start. So I think that means the gazebos and the physical chores and all the paraphernalia will be able to come back onto the grid again, rather than a delayed start. Is unfortunately it's going to hold it there for a few minutes, standing. Let's just wait to see how race control play this one. If the Masters could move the car away quickly, we don't need the engine off aborted start yet, and everyone's going to come quietly back onto the grid again, because there's no way they can get the car moved in time to avoid lengthy delay. It has to be a real start. It can't be a delayed start. So yeah, it's switch off, and talk about having your nerves rattled, especially for those starting their first ever Grand Prix, having to go and do another formation lap. This is where you keep your pulse under control. Just stay focused and do what you're good at. Right then, everyone, we've rated 98 days to see Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. At 2 minutes more, hopefully it won't be too much for you. I don't know about you, but I am itching to get going with this season. I'm sure the drivers are too. A word on Isaac Hadger, because that's just the worst possible way to make your entry into Formula 1. Yeah, it was just trying to get a bit of temperature, wasn't it? And a bit too much. Short application throttle, he's crying his eyes out, I suspect, and you know, it's a lifelong commitment they've done through karting, junior racing, the family sacrifices, and he's a Formula 1 driver, and boom, these had a very silly mistake, and yeah, it just I think his left rear was on the white line, and it just snapped on it. His eyes are wide open because he can see the barriers coming up. And I think it just lit the back up with on the white line, and that just shows you how greasy it is out there. We are going to have the formation lap in 10.5 minutes time. Isaac Hadger still there and still crying. If you remember his last race on a full level weekend was the F2 finale last season, where he stalled on the start, cost him a chance of winning that Formula 2 title. I did ask him in the winter, you know, does he think about that? He would know, I didn't get into this sport to stick in Formula 2. I got into this sport to get into Formula 1. And being in Formula 1 and eradicate any memories of that. It's sunset tonight. Actually, it's 39, isn't it? We've got plenty of time. It's only 3:05 in the afternoon. But it's one of those where you start thinking about with the sort of chaos we might get yet today, you start thinking about, the race can only take place over 3 hours now. So if once it gets going to 3 hours anyway, so we should be all right. So 3 hour big window and a 2 hour race within that big window. If that doesn't make any sense, just stick with us. We'll keep you posted. Jermaine Shandop is at Stein Race Control. Rushed under here, expecting to sit and have a bit of a lazy 5 minutes while the race got underway. And then all of a sudden, that's the racing balls in the wall. Yeah, absolutely. Good afternoon, everyone. I didn't just be listening on the radio and tellingly when I took Agile first. There was lots of communication from the pit walls to him but nothing going back. You know, and you can see, as Martin was saying, he's obviously absolutely devastated with what's happened. Team are trying to talk to, you know, whether you could restart or not, but yeah, nothing coming back from them. And a lot coming back from other drivers. I don't think on conditions being very slippery, particularly on the white lines from turn 6 all the way to turn 11. When those bicycle lanes are, all those white lines you've got, and we have Lewis Hamilton saying they're getting snaps of oversteer on the white lines. They can hear Chidi Antonelli and also the asterisk of these things. The visibility not great. So I wonder, as you suspected, but that it might do 2 or 3 laps under the safety car to clear some of the water and maybe a standing start. One thing that in terms of drying that we have gone in our favour is the wind, and it is strong and it is gusting around Albert Park. We just saw a shot of the top of the paddock cover above the garages here. The flags were blowing away from the track. It's a crosswind from left to right as you look down the main straight. So when you get into turn 1, if it becomes a tailwind, well, actually, yeah, that is the gusting though that's going to really catch the drivers out, especially on a circuit like this when if there's a gap between 2 grandstands, for example, and the catch fencing, and you have to get a crosswind when the car's loaded, then there is one very, very distraught young man. That's sad. I've never seen that. No, it's all. So with his crash helmet on his hands, device, well, slowly trudging his way back to his team hospitality units. The man who has formed 4 FP1 appearances secretly. 1 for Racing Bulls in Mexico, 2023. The 12th driver to make his debut with his team, and now getting consoled there from Anthony Hamilton, who wished all drivers the best of luck in today's race, and who knows a thing or two about being there to support somebody in the crash helmet. He's done it for Lewis Rizet the entire career. So I think that's Sabago Anthony Hamilton there, one of the first people on the scene to get over and say, oh, you've got a long career ahead of you. You'll forget about this one day, but that's good support from actually there, and it's just horrendous smoke for Isaac Hajrin. And he's been so fast, hasn't he, through practice, isn't he? Put it 11th on the grid, which is a very good effort. So he probably fancied his chances of perhaps scoring a point or 2 on his debut. This is a day that's going to be very hard to survive as a Formula 1 driver. So it's a day for opportunities. The rain always presents that. Contrast Isaac Hadjo at the moment with the emotions of Andrea Kimi Antonelli, who, when speaking to Marcel Rodrigue, could not have looked more happy and cheery. Now, what was coming his way to this race? First Italian driver for some time in the Formula 1, and Zach Brown, the CEO of McLaren, is listening in and joining us from the McLaren pit wall. Zach, great to have you with us. Have you got your wet weather gear on? I hope you have. Good, on the pit wall. What are your drivers saying about conditions and about the start of this race? Oh, visibility still not great. It's very cold, slippery. You can see car 1 driver out. She's tricky, so hopefully we'll get the race started with a clean start in the next 5 minutes or so. Yeah, see, there's no sign really of a safety car start at all, Zach, is there? This is going to be a regular Grand Prix start. Yeah, that's what it appears to be the case. So that's all we're anticipating. I'm sure you would have preferred different conditions today, Zach, but you've got full faith and full trust in your 2 drivers. What were the instructions in the briefing this morning to both of them? Go race, have fun. The inverted to expect a class. You want to go race last on a play to be combined different things. There will be a 5 minute. It's on the same point. Those are instructionals. I guess show we put on today. So they know what they're doing. These conditions are obviously tricky, so we'll just have to adapt as we see the race plays out. Just hearing in the background, Zach, Ferrari's telling their drivers that they're expecting rain. And in 5 minutes time, class 1, whatever about it, that's good or bad, but not a rain to me. Yeah, it looks like there's some more rain coming. I don't think it'll get as bad as it was earlier, but also given how cold it is windy, which will help dry the track, but countered by how cold it is, so we'll see. Thanks ever so much, Zach. Great to have you with us, and I'm sure we'll be back with you in lifting 1. Jack Doohan starting down in 14th. A lot of focus, of course, asked at the extra year in Melbourne. It's his hometown. The Jack from the Gold Coast, very much an Australian era, but he's got plenty of supporters here, so, as we can see in the grandstands. So, Prins, where are you at the moment? We're kind of across the island, wasn't everybody? I'd be the pit lane just by Mercedes, actually, as it happens, and just watching what teams doing their thing. By the way, you know I love a weather. Cars will be very, well, almost certainly all the underfueled, and then they'll sort it out a little bit later, you know, on the camera, like kilograms of fuel, you know. The mods have got over, to be honest, so they run them very, very thin on fuel, and that's why they have to. They can't just trundle around and then do the same number of race laps. Yeah, it's high on fuel consumption. There is this track. Not that fuel consumption is an issue, but it's not one of those complete fast-flowing circuits where your fuel consumption is a little bit less. Stefano Domenicali has been down to see Isaac Hatcher. He's there with Peter Beyer, the CEO of Racing Bulls. I heard, yeah, I agree. I heard Stefano on the channel just before we came on out of the commentary box saying hello to all the fans trackside. And his words for this moment, it's just magical. And it's always magical at the start of the season, but the opportunities today for something to happen a little out of the ordinary should not be understated. It's probably better these days. I'm just imagining back in the day getting the hairdryer job from Ken Tyrrell out the back of the, but living in hospitality back then in the caravan or something, but if you'd have done that, or Frank Williams or Sir Patrick Head, they wouldn't be giving you a hug, I can tell you. Hey, this is the new world, this next, and it is a nice touch. Serbia's, they were also playing on the town of Martin. I don't know if you called it the hit the track, shut up and drive, which I thought was very fitting. And it's the time that now for the talking to stop and the driving to start. I mean, had to wait an extra 15 minutes or so. But we're on a 30-second countdown now as the tyre blankets come off to the start of formation lap number 2. Intermediate tyres on, I would imagine, every single car. They won't really want to be on the weights. Even though Pirelli have brought in for this season a brand new wet weather tyre that they hope that can be raced in and won't overheat quite so much. We've had in recent years a wet tyre really just be for behind the safety car. Yeah, and you need the coolant of the raid to use the full wet tyre because the tread blocks just overheat and disintegrate basically, which is why you need the much shallower channels of the U-turn. Everyone's got their rep zones trained on the track, and said I'd like to see the track in a favor and see what the spray is like, because it actually looked a little bit better than it was when we went on the formation left the first time around. Let's just see the cars as you see dynamics out. Good 3, turn 1. Lando Norris on pole with Oscar Piastri following closely from him. It's the straight. I mean, it's there, but it doesn't look half as bad. Yeah, the spray's fine, I think. Under the canopy of the trees there, as you can see, as we head into autumn here, down here. That's the sort of place that stays wetter lower. But why did I upgrade these this morning? They would top the wall above. Slick tyres in the race, but they said clearly I think it's wetter than some teams expected through the day. See how it goes in 57 laps time. Carisi give a race control. Yeah, really interesting to be hearing Riccardo Adami talking to Lewis Hamilton for the first time properly. There's getting quite a bit of coaching about position cut procedures. Obviously, very different for him with the Ferrari power unit for the first time. So yeah, plenty of chat before they set off on this formation lap. Thanks ever so much to Big Karim, Lewis Hamilton. As Isaac Hatches, or is Isaac Hatches' hero. Isaac Hatches got in this race. And only 19 Charles will start this Australian Grand Prix. Yeah, and they're not complaining about those cycle lanes like a London cabbie. And then later on, they've got it absolutely lit up, fully powered, but you can see them from 6 nearly to turn 9. It's a very, very long way. And you think you imagine it as a straight, and in these conditions, you can't beat. So 11 years ago and today, we started this hybrid era of the Turbo V6s and the 2014 Australian Grand Prix. We start the final season of these current engines before it will switch around to 2026, and the cars that will look very different, engines that will behave very different, and fuels that will be very, very different as well. It's the 75th anniversary of Formula 1 the last year of this hybrid era, and who knows what it is going to bring us. This is the man that won 12 months ago, last year. Around Albert Park, Carlos Sainz driving now for Williams. Only 2 teams have kept their same driver lineup from last season. One of them is McLaren, and both of their drivers are on the front row. Yeah, it wants to get unsheet down into turn 1, because I imagine several people will be quite tense and cautious on the brakes, and others might just be steady in there. And again, those that start in the pit lane are allowed to do the formation lap now, but then have to peel back in to the pit lane to take the start down there once the pack has gone through. And those two are Liam Lawson in the Red Bull and Ollie Behrman in the Haas. There'll be 17 drivers on the grid. And Ray, last month, was at the Oscars, has come into Oscars' backyard to cheer on the Hamilton for this weekend. She's part of Team LH as he makes his Ferrari debut. And the 75th, the first 3 season of Formula 1. So it's if I can start, that's give me very also check. There we go. That is just like three. Different team. Dear keys to the Charlotte Clariners about the left place out of the company. Trumbo come well shot for studies in a bed. I've had it in the turn 3 we go. Norris in the he survived the just bobbing. Good Johnny from Woodland. Max has got himself up into 2nd place with confidence on the brake pedal. They're all fighting in the right direction still. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff, and then making an impression already. And don't forget, Brazil last season, he went from 17th on the grid. So trying to have up, he is definitely a driver who loves these sort of conditions. But now Norris has got momentum. He's trying to pull away of James Funk. Norris, Verstappen, then comes Piastri. To the race is Jack Dyer, one of the Australian Grand Prix, and another J coming to Grace. He stays his here. Safety cars bend the point. Doing okay. Firstly, the best views. Yet he's out. Yeah, he'll drop that in the traction zone. The swapped ends as he was maybe even just shifting gears. And all these things you got to learn. You got to learn them the hard way, unfortunately. And that is very bad views. Still check food, he wasn't really bad. And maybe I think what team put in it to getting in that car. That is a nice solid day today. It's certainly driven nicely in the driver's ends. So just before turn 6, Jack Dillon has hit the wall and it is saying a bit of damage to his Alpine, the safety car. There it is, Bert Mylander in the safety car waiting to pick up. And the race leader, Lando Norris, before he talked too much about Jack Dillon, didn't have the most confident just start, should say, about it from one position. No, you're talking about Lando, sorry, yes, yeah. So, in Lando, it was a little bit slow away, but the second part of the phase, so what's happened here? Is it just too much to drop off? He's been highly Aston Martin. That would have shocked him to happen. So, it's very similar to Agile. Basically, he's accelerated gently, but the torques come on the stream and just loosen the rear axle. Boom, around it goes. What is a Williams? Carlos Sainz, last year's race winner. It's also in the wall, final corner. Turn 14 is now under safety car conditions. It must be. Carlos Sainz has dropped it. Yeah, at turn 14, yeah, damaged. That's going to damage suspension as well, but led to there. He's come off of 13, hasn't he? And then just maybe just giving it a little bit too much throttle. There he is behind the Alpinas. Yeah, Gasly. Beyond, yeah. You said it pulled him, Martin. Prix. Yeah, slippy. It's on the racing line, you said. So what happens is, one day. I said again, I don't like, all right, we go. What? Spicy, dark search. Matt, so he thinks maybe there's a chance of that things that is giving him too much. Or as whatever it is, expansion. This is when you spin up the rear wheels, then the revs rise and you get more torque. Anyway, and you've got the battery pack kicking in there as well. They changed the mapping. The throttle has to be linear, whatever the condition. I mean, Jay's, hey, but we're going to see a lot of that, unfortunately. So we've heard, something about on the grid. Australian V8, Aussie V8, Formula 3, other cars going around there, laying rubber down on the racing line. Then the water comes on top, and it's just so slippery. You've got to almost get off the racing line. But there's almost like a dry line there, isn't there? Like a go track dry line. And that is why it is unbelievably slippery, especially with Cole's intermediate tires. And take the pit lane. Because of that cars caught up in the planning corner. So with 3 cars down that, goodness sake, and with no greed, Anna got up and running, and they've all been exactly the same. Absolutely, releasing the rear axle into the wall. Just about to start lap 3. As we say, 3 cars out. Jack Dillon, Isaac Padgett, and Carlos Sainz. It's the 8th time in his career Carlos Sainz has retired on the first lap. Well, many other drivers on the grid. Also, the Decon Hulkenberg, he was retired 12 times on the opening lap, and he's had a few more goes of Carlos Sainz are doing it the same. Started in 21 Grand Prix more. All 3 of those cars were unsaving, by the way, as a driver. Why did once the rear wheels are steady, it's unsavable like that. Charles Leclerc back the up, maybe you would say, the track is deciding their drive very quickly. While they're going around behind the safety car, let's look at the order here. Verstappen making a move up in the second place. Charles Leclerc's up to 5th. Yuki Tsunoda dropping down to 6th. Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll moving up. But we can actually see the race start. The count, Oscar Piastri gets a better getaway than Lando Norris, but Max Verstappen behind him. He's finding slops the grip off the line, and Lando quickly having to defend. Yeah, as they went into second and third gears, then they clearly were spinning their wheels again in the tire, and this is where Max took second place. Oscar was really struggling for traction through turn 2. Max drove keen around the outside of him. Bold, but successful. Yuki Tsunoda got a little bit slowed up right there in the turn 3 by Charles Leclerc. I think Lewis Hamilton was a bit compromised trying to back off this Ferrari teammate at the start. This is now Max Verstappen pulled away with him again. Ticking over of this, wasn't he? Had no revs on at all. And Lando saw that one coming and was pretty feisty about it. There's a statement from him this season. And this is when the back of the McLaren started sliding, and Max took a bit of a gamble there, because if he put him on a trust in Oscar Piastri, and why wouldn't he? But anyway, yeah, he had to go around the outside. So Norris and Verstappen outside. This is Jack Dillon. Obviously, the further back you go, the more spray you get, but it wasn't spray that was the cause. Just go out a greasy vent. I think it's the shift. I'd like to hear that again. I think it's just that you've checked it up. Give me that and tighten in the spray. Keep them. And he would have been in that car looking at it like he was watching somebody else having an accident. He would have been so surprised that it would go around like that. This is that thing. Watching out, and this is Carlos Sainz fitted around, and you can see here there is little or no runoff area at some quarters, especially the final turn. If you're going to go offline, you head into the wall. Yeah. Yes, I could do a bit, didn't it? But you would have been detecting the throat of that. Some people inside it's sunny, and because of these speeds as well, you lose tire temperature extremely quickly, and you will carrying the downside. If you've got cars that are very stiffly suspended, because they're ground attack cars, they run them close to the ground, and if they're coasting at that speed, you've massively lower downforce. Yeah, So with the recoveries that go on the track to get rid of not off type disabilities, recovery that go on the track to recover Jack Lewis Alpine. Isaac Hadge's car has already been recovered. So you watch it. Any driver that finishes this race might take a few days to recover as well, because this could be atrocious to say the least. During the economics, they've got China in a week's time, just 2 days' time. So they've been getting through the pits twice already. I wouldn't be surprised to see another time. There is the medical dodge passing by me. Just I see down lots of discussion on the Williams vent wall. They're wanting to understand what was the cause of that spike in twisting power. That's what fellow scientists was complaining about. Obviously, it's still up, held the race. But lesson number 53 of surviving Formula One, I believe, is always listen to what Martin Brundle tells you. And looks like Luca Osberg really did that. Yeah, he's out fighting places on the grid. Great stuff. Alberg up to the 12. Well, Martin advised Peden, limited as it was, at big words. At the resize, he'll say do it there. Instead of straight, just by put the wheel off wide nose, just to watch it takes it nice. Yeah, I almost did the same. Song gathered West Super. The problem is you've got to trust the white lines. You can't just avoid them places. I mean, that's when you try and choose out. And some of the vehicles upon track, well, the people on track, you might have imagined they would fly in these circumstances. These schools of safety, but having seen, I think it easily this fitting of the racetrack. Big for my, I think it might call for a red flag, and to be honest. This is why you don't have a Formula One car that's safe. It's something to slow people down. Yeah, because the safety car is about being safe. But if you were the race director, if you feel throwing a red flag on this one, yeah, it's because about 3 cars lose it without. Yeah, you don't even want it. Yeah, they're losing it very easily, and they're just losing tire temperature as well. The probably comes. So we'll see that happen. Yeah, but presumably with Lawson, they're going to rule and have intermediates on. Good apps 3 league. 10 taps here, they're all coming in 10. Yeah, it's the 2 who are already at the back, because he would have had to let the field completely pass. First got off on Hanley and Lawson to put a brand new hot set on intermediate spec. As well as put a set intermediates on for the restart. Yes, they've all been through the pit lane 3 times. 3 of them have made a stop. That feels to me a bit too early, to be honest. Still with breakdown vehicles on the racetrack, and with a temporary circuit like this, you don't have the normal service road, just the other side of the track. A more modern, you're on a permanent facility. Without the service road on either side of the racetrack to protect just quickly and take the cars away. You can't do that here. Perhaps why it's taking so long to get them out of the way. Are they out of the way now? Let's go to Turin Chandler. Stay race to Trump. Well, I can see Carlos Sainz's car pulling past our comedy balls top the end. So it looks like that truck is coming half of the track now. Just heard some breaker weed. We saw a few minutes ago. Speaking of breaking from the car, saying the track is drying quickly. The phone up today is the engineer Brian Bocci came back said there's no more rain coming. Since no, it's Stella. Then it got to the Austria's one, and there's no more rain coming. So I think there's to be an interesting one here. Like me planted, you couldn't have to decide because the tires up to you. You get one and tape to go at least another. But if it starts to tie, they can't do the tempo stop, don't. They'll just be the radio. That for at least 30 minutes. This. Yeah, maybe, do you know what, maybe a bit of rain is what they need, that it becomes wet. That Prix, yeah, it could ease the pit streak. It's time that the sights is time, brake gun truck has spawned. But I didn't know, it strikes me, this is where you should have come in and put more winters on there. But, hey-ho, and they're thinking now, then to effectively position into leaves down there, and the traffic is there, being waiting for the safety car in this lap. Sign, but it be this lap. And I'm starting to think, I wonder what the crossover point is between intermediates and slates in terms of the lap times when they get up and running, because that's drying quite vintage. Yeah, people stressed race of the new season is being for any wet tires, so that crossover from wet to intermediate, not quite sure. They don't have data, the F1 teams for those chief slicks. But it's like to repair, it would talk like it be. The other time for swing tires, this was also the Fiesta the Stars. This is cheap made cups of the last, maybe. They all take that traditional line 3 rare, and these will be in surrogates and putting more of the racing line and basis happen. Finding a bit more wrecked already out by it. Yeah, both with Barons there were really hanging on. I mean, they're just getting a bit perilous there for both the Baron drivers. But it shows you that somehow Roger Max was finding a bit more punchy, a bit more breath. A nice Lewis Hamilton was a bit pet for those, then it goes back to against this Chief 8 Charles Leclerc. There's Alex Albon to the right-hand side. Leclerc there inside and Hamilton there. And he tries to go round the outs tiny bit, and then so Leclerc non-defaulted. Back Vassio Hamilton. As it comes Alex Albon around the outside, doing to him what Verstappen did to Piastri. Yeah, and okay, was always going to bump the inside curve and wander across the track there. Yours is ready for you. No, he kind of had to go down there, really. He had to go try down the outside. Another indication that the safety car was coming in at the end of this lap and then got seats and for 11. So we've got at least one more lap behind the safety car. So the marshals have to recover Jack Dillon's helping and have to sleep right all the debris. The would have been finished substantial after quite a nasty whack in the drag against the conflict. Yeah, and this dream is what he had. Safety cars make safety cars in terms of everything cools down, Eric's tires, and you're much more likely to have an incident. But because if we'll be at rolling start, they'll be controlled eventually when the safety car was in. So yeah, if you're talking about how the grid camp wasn't like, but that didn't as it turns out. But a safety car has to be on the key and ready for any weather condition, any incident. That it can't be a single seat that goes faster. There as a team of people running it, and they're going to fire it up and what have you. And if they do a lot of laps in that safety car, in a run out too, and there's another one standing by ready to continue should that be required. Just to remind you, after Spa 2021, where we had the 2 laps, we had the safety car and hard points were awarded. The winners are such as the safety cars are coming in at the end of this lap, which is great. The winners are such now that no points will be awarded if the leader has completed less than 3 laps, and that's 2 laps of racing without the salve, without that. Jason's 2 ideas. There are 2 diamonds, little pitch and no asset time. Safety has right matches, and this system went to Hutton, so it's out of the bed. I believe on by someone. And then if it tastes like it's in blue brown, it's not bad. If this friend, have they mothers did. Yeah, and you be those zones that just stay a little bit wet under the trees, wide to 6, and in the quite wet down the back straight there, didn't it? 6 through to 9. Right, then Mylander is front to the floor, peeling away. Absorb the rest of the pack as Lando Norris now gathers there, relaunch together. For this restart, safety car period is ending. We'll keep our fingers crossed so we get some extended racing here in Albert Park, because so far we've had 6 laps and we're on lap 7 of mostly processions behind the safety car. When does Lando Norris get going here? And the doomed deal, she is starting to. What he's not allowed to do is now slow down again. So he's sort of showed his colours, being on to some tyre temperature before we got there. Just up at his one in his trail then. Down the main straight. You can't overtake until the line. There's the line now. Here comes the Stappen at Norris. Piastri a little for the tourist. Then comes George Russell. Into turn 1. Norris survives that. Charles Leclerc keeps his position of 10. And a Yuki Tsunoda around the pressure from Alex Albon. And now the runner. The real charm is read. And Norris is trying to eke out the gap on Max Verstappen behind him. Albon still very keen with Yuki Tsunoda. Thinks about to lose nothing doing that. Hamilton just keep your watching brief in a place as Ollie Bevan sets the fastest lap. No bonus points for amateurs in 2025. And a boost, and he wouldn't have a necessary time to do with it. Yeah, we haven't. No, that's talk about the end of the race. Thought about it, but ain't right done fix it. I don't know why they took the fastest lap boys later, and they have something with you on that one. Start out of the track. That's why we get the big Lurcher sounds. That's where you get it, the big speeds as well. Coming on the lot now towards turn 9, and instead, because Fernando Alonso has been noted for a safety car infringement. Did he overtake somebody before the line, or was there another reason? Piastri, right up, actually, starting to title as they came out of turn 10. Keep a watch on that. He's not getting as detached now as he was just a little bit previously on this lap. We know that McLaren's a well-balanced, good car, and in these conditions, when they can start getting sufficient temperature in their tires and brakes, it is kind of live. The brakes then also fake a whirlwind with temperature, and it just the whole thing. It's like a snowball. You just get more miracle grip, and you have to say that the Cowan's look every bit of match, if not for the Red Bull. Marvellous. We've had a racing lap. It's 25, and Lando Norris leads from Max Verstappen by 9/10 of a second when they cross the line. Piastri was a second back on Max Verstappen. Then George Russell, Charles Leclerc, Yuki Tsunoda, Alex Albon, Lewis Hamilton, Pierre Gasly, and Fernando Alonso in the top 10 now still. Swiding after turn 3. I'm actually nervous. I don't know, even in the car. I've stepped up technical these conditions are for the drivers, but they're working out at the moment. Right, Fernando Alonso is being investigated for a safety car infringement now. You can just see by the background in 10th place. If he's under, currently AM6 is also been posted for something they shouldn't have done. In fact, stressed in car areas. We'll keep them up to race as Nico Hulkenberg did. He's on in 12th place. He's getting to most places in this race so far as we're at there. But Lewis Hamilton flicking his way left hand into turn 9 and out of turn 10. Get your foot down and chase after Alex Albon. This is not the easiest track to take. That's one that's full of DRS shows, but there's none of DRS at the moment. No parliament of this or as bracing as this. We've seen in the background, Charlotte, they're already going offline to cool his tyre. These intermediate tyres will start to complain soon. They on plan. In fact, one of obviously love to save the car in the final turn. They'll soon start complaining and getting overheated the intermediate tyres. Have to remember, the camera at the end of the last lap was 9/10 between first and second, and it's 6/10 when Norris and Verstappen cross the line a few moments ago. Verstappen keeping on about Norris very clean here. And if you're wondering where is the DRS, where's the rear wing, they don't open it in tricky conditions. Then did there, I think it was Charlie White, and he made Charlie White and his thought that it'd be slippery and difficult. Why would you let the cars know he'd be faster down the straights? Starting watching very much in our thoughts every time we come to Australia. 6 years since his policy, and our manager son so much to this speed. Lewis Hamilton, we can see it on the left-hand side, still in the pursuits of Alex Albon. Max Verstappen soon to see the Lando Norris get the feeling that how long can Max Verstappen stay this close to them and confirm? No, that switchy exit. He should have said, and before his tires just rather say, please cool me down. They've got their yo-yoing quite a lot. There's a gap between them. It's another power slide there from Lando Norris. So that puts you tight on the apex, and then you can't hit the throttle so hard through the exit because you're on a tight line. There's Lando's muff looking, let fingers crossed. Working it down his career in a Sky Race control. Gabriel Portoletto's been reporting issues with his brakes, something to keep an eye on. He's saying that the Prix Eddie himself is decided to go to them. The safety car incidents that are being investigated involving Fernando Alonso and Yuki Tsunoda are for leaving more than 10 car legs to the toe in front. So as I would imagine, as we got going again, backing off too much to them get I'll go ahead and just start, as it were. Yeah, I'm also hearing what happened to on Science Walls. It was a park perhaps to be mounted on the auction through the jet. Just in that, I think that's probably like, they're also with you doing that and just upshifted. And the possibly Norris is now pulling away. So Max Verstappen out to 12. Gap has grown to 1.1 seconds. He's survived the start. He's survived the safety car restart. And he's looking on a decent fall down. You can see the twilight appearing but it's a dry line with a greasy bit of tread as the Stappen has to run very wide there to get some water into the tread or his intermediate signs. Yeah, you're feeling that in that degree side. Not so big point. It's something great about this. Maybe at 1 minute, maybe 5 minute 1:30 at the moment, when you might think of putting slick tires on, but if you go too early on some of these white lines and that patch, you'll be at the top freeder. Charles Prix being told as well to crawl his front left second A side to point that really from two. You can do it to top. They're coming out the main straight there, like the race is own production. They're all sort of swerving away to celebrate. And break the light, Charles. Here's interesting, it's a suggestion. DRS enables. So race control has decided it is giant us to have DRS. So if you are within a second of the car in front, well, you get a little helping that, a reduction threat, and it's pretty powerful around here, isn't it? The DRS is lots of it. It can improve your lap time. It's full zone to improve your lap time by that 10%. So the morning is doing a fair bit of Vincent. Well, the Austria Piastri is within 8/10 of a second of Max Verstappen. After Antonelli as well. They're just chasing now after the Sauber of Nico Hulkenberg. He's going to be in DRS range when we get to the activation zones. As each turn 11 we go, and Oscar Piastri squeezes up towards the rear wing of Max Verstappen, and we're going to head down to 10. Just think about that radio message to Charles Leclerc. The woman with instinct, leave me alone, is there? His tyres crusty going off like last week's milk. It was right with George Russell. Russell's doing a 133.3. Leclerc now 134.2. So almost a second and a half slower Leclerc is to Russell. Leclerc's tyres are going off so quickly. Here comes Oscar Piastri down towards 10-1. You could see the blinking green light getting ever larger. There's the cameras used, the rear impact Verstappen's at the Red Bull. Antonelli does the same thing to Nico Hulkenberg and can't quite get past. To help them a bit of DRS as well. Piastri comfortably the fastest man on the track at the moment. Yep, but 132, 131.2 is half a second faster than his chief than Doris of the previous lap. Brilliant, you know what's the thing short makes the durability. First their feet, 11-12. First to 11-12. So first race for Lewis Hamilton with Ferrari power, trying to get used to that and everything else at his new team. 11-12, we're approaching 11 in a few minutes time with Verstappen and Piastri. Missing the points first when it comes to changing tyres. This is a much easier decision from Red Bull than it is from McLaren, isn't it? Because they obviously come stacked there to Dallas and they'll have to choose one of them. Whereas Red Bull, with only one car up front, and don't have that particular challenge. What is it to do? Dip Joan Chadlam, Stack Jensen Duck, a little Shakespeare, second be, and with this possibly up what not, on class what rate, general rate, risk increase. As I say, they asked Jensen, when's it time to put a slicks on him? Because he'd been radioing his team with him just now. But if rain is coming, they can't afford to blink now and put a nice set of tyres on. No, they can't. And the Piastri still with that DRS top deep. But look, Verstappen now aging onto the back of Norris as well. Just step 9. How much if we held that message? We said, let me know about when I'm losing. Is it? Yeah. And the point, a couple of messages came back and lead me to it. Lead me to it. So, yeah, I think that this isn't all kind of building that relationship where he's trying to indicate how much information he wants and when it's too much. So they're building that relationship. Him and Ricardo Adali. And it's after all those years with Peter Bollington, he's up Ricardo Adali as his man side is at a racetrack. His race settings. So every year, big Jovics along, like it looks like they're both catching Lando, and then Lando scampers off down the roads, and then they get back. Does that indicate to you that Lando's got this under control the most? He might just posting a little man and trying to save those tires. There's going to be a bit more right. They've really got to get these into as far as they had into the race, and you get one lift, of course. This. Here you want dependable? Yes, I know. DB2 please. That's not only the is Schmeling. Kimi Antonelli going for a boost there, and the Viking just made that stick in the tight 11 as well on the Hulkenberg. He's been getting ever closer to Hulkenberg in the last few laps. I think he has just made that mistake. Nice one. I think what it is being told that you want to use more power when you're close to an overtake, to use it. So, Max Verstappen with DRS, Oscar Piastri with DRS, Lando Norris, Hidals, as he's got a career track ahead of him as his bonus, I think. Yeah, so he doesn't have DRS, and also it's Lando first on the scene. They can use him as a reference point of, how much grip there is, because the track is changing constantly now. Said Kimi Antonelli, I don't think Hulkenberg down, and yet side keep it under control. It's probably got a decent bit of grit down there as well on the inside. If needs any position, Fight Screen would be very pleased with that. Yeah, it was good. Nice execute. We saw as Max used into the DRS, so the hide Lando now, but we saw Antonelli last year in a wet race in Formula 2. Absolutely walked away from the field every time the safety car came in. He is confident in these conditions. Having a very sensible note to say it. Simply was it. But young people serious to the all three ever. Als to Max Verstappen and Bob Troll. Little Snubbish seems to be genuine. A little bit about the fight now, but there is going to have a closer to see that Williams. Out in Sunlander Morris just said and fought his right ball this race to try and keep himself ahead of Max Verstappen, and in doing so was taking himself out of that DRS thresh, and I love the strapper in the warms punzing Ted dancing live. Have been keeping him across Hamilton's gap to Albon. He's never really been more than a second behind him, but he's got this conundrum. He's got to keep his tyres in good condition, Lewis, but also try and get ahead of the Williams, because his teammate Leclerc is 7 seconds down the road. Frosty, so Lewis is really losing time to Leclerc. By the way, that drizzle, or last one right is what I call it, is now forward in the limit. Stick your brommy up, Ted. That's straight drive, my friend. That is where Lewis Hamilton's patient there. And the biggest impact in that exam, whenever you've got to drive every lead to every lap in conditions like this. You can just see how easy it is to get the cars slightly out of those gun tracks and go straight to the scene of the accident. You've really got to drive it every lead to. It's fascinating to see the accuracy when you see that timeline appearing, and then some drivers can produce. That is what happens when you can't produce the accuracy. Kimi Antonelli, earlier on in this race, so he did what George did in pre-practice and stuck his right rear wheel on the grass, and all his boot and potato were undone there, but he lives for another day. Yeah, he does. Hulkenberg has got past it, so Hulkenberg up to 12, so that's an only down 13th. Try again. Still, so I had a long time under investigation by the stewards, along with Gibbs Savona. Alonso not really carrying around fouts at the moment. Gaining of the Gasly. I've actually got the exclamation mark on my screen now. And these are Silver races. These are so important to the likes of Alfie and Aston Martin. On the fourth we've seen a testing, they're not going to be competing in the top 5 on a regular basis this year. There's Oscar Piastri now within just a few car makes of Max Verstappen. That they need to capitalize races like this. Just Verstappen then gets on the curve, and that might give Piastri just a little bit more incentive as well, because he's got the DRS. He's just a bit, the fraction too specific. Verstappen's gone 2G. Ancient and Pavel didn't have the estate road. That made the overtake very easy for Piastri, and their anxious faces on the Australian fans. They'll turn into cheers in a moment when they see their man is up to second. I think it was a puddle of water he went through on the curve that came up rather than grab him, but he looked to brake, and that has released Piastri usually towards his teammates. And that is a rare mistake in the wet from Max Verstappen, who was still punching to try and get more tricks to his choice. You get the feeling they already are starting to overheat. And now it's the Karen 1, 2, and Piastri can start again. Hope his teammate Lando Norris giving you catch it. But it seems it's going to be the story of the year, certainly the first part of the year. Team of Tyrants versus Max Verstappen, and then when Ferrari get it together, they should join the party. Right, let's have a look from Max Verstappen's perspective. Under braking, just a fraction too deep, and you hit. There was water in the curve. Looked like gravel he was throwing up, but squashing through the puddles, and it was just a lock-up fatlets, wasn't it? Yes, and you should do you normally do the inside tyre, but he put a bit of steering lock on, and it wouldn't turn. It just stopped rotating, and a tyre has to rotate in order to give you some grip. This was the overtake from Kimi Antonelli before he spun off, and Guns Chapman's under investigation. The safety car 3 from 2. Yeah, not one. Yeah, it's been mentioned. Yeah, safety car referred, as has Alex Albon as well. So 2 under investigation. 2 have been done. Said we'll keep it posted. Current channel. Max Verstappen saying his tyres are dead grumpy. They're having a conversation of what to do in terms of with the rain coming down. What do you do in this case? If you have to pause, would you go for another fresh set of intermediate, or can you ride it out? Because like I have just said, it's only a small shower. So a lot of conversations, strategically, can they ride this shower out? And believe them, these they got to slicks. If they don't fast forward, type of blast right now, I'm sure they could definitely take that, because the rain shouldn't have gone away and that they can make a more considered choice. But all the if you try as a dog, you can't live, because that's safe as well. I think we've got to find out with Max, because he's really struggling for grip now. Max has slowed down loft. That overtake from Kimi Antonelli was actually a carbon copy. It was his second time he was overtaking Helmut, but did that corner. That was the first one, and it's yet it was exactly the same thing for a second time. Yeah, it wasn't the route right there. Again, right, turn down. You have to turn that. It's high, it's they do. Everybody, they would very lose. They have. They're strict doing that. Extra effectively went into South Larynge 10 minutes. It's all about. What Max is saying there is, look, if these tyres are pulled out, if they've got to go through true rain in a wet track, I wouldn't have enough grip. But he's dropped 4 seconds behind Piastri, 6.9 behind Norris. So Max just generally struggling in this phase. Meanwhile, the stewards are investigating Alex Albon and Lewis Hamilton for in its freeze from behind the safety car. We know that Albon, we know that Alonso and Sathonga are under investigation. The topic more than 10 car lengths behind. If no further action, Fernando Alonso, that's just flashed up. So 3 still under investigation. We can head to 10. Yeah, so the mechanics that Red Bull still verbally sat on that chairs in the garage. It would definitely be concurrent opinions. In fact, now, and there's too many positions probably, wouldn't he? That probably coming out about Southern area. You're going to keep playing Lewis Hamilton, the P8, such as the sort of spread of the field means Hamilton now 30 seconds behind the leaders and 22 seconds. All right, the Verstappen. You need around 19 seconds to do this. Yeah, that's right. It's just ahead of Albon at the moment. Let's look at Liam Lawson. Really, his battle out on the track, Charlie, and on a fresh set of tyres, you'd get 19 seconds back in a hurry, and that was Nielsen getting past Esteban Ocon. Oh, I tell you what, he got into the white line, didn't he? Yeah, he held them well. I thought he was going to cross the grass there. Yeah, well, he did go a little well to the grass, but he's held it well. There's no further action. Lewis Hamilton, Alex Albon, Yuki Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, as you were, everybody. This as you were out in front. Norris from Piastri, Van Radon. And I know, I'm not take the radio. Remember, this public. Doing help you stay out of his satch. The satch is screaming toward the feeding. Just all we ask to change. Chip, quality shapes. And it seems like just fine. That sounds like both driver and race engineers acting perfect harmony with their thinking. And yes, we were carried on behind the scenes here with some decision making to do. Yeah, it's just really tire strategy here, depending on the weather. But I think we could just turn these chip it on it, maybe until a bit red of soft fight rain champion. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Yeah, that's because just turning some very quick sec. Lando, what cousins then? But they race. That's still. We're not really well. We're not that. Zach. Well, what is your scenario with the weather forecast as it is at the moment? Is it just this light drizzle for a bit and then we're going to get no more rain after that? That's just it's like it's totally middle. So I don't think there's heavy rain to be the question to weather just come in. So we'll just need to react to it to see what happens. Brilliant. Thanks so much, Zach. There you can see the divisions on the back with the Australian flag there showing you that crosswinds on the far side of the circuit as well. Sheds into a headwind about now. As Lewis Hamilton getting very, very close to Alex Albon and Fernando Alonso chasing Pierre Gasly at the battle for ninth spot. These DRS as they accelerated out of turn 10 towards turn 11, which is a very even overtaking zone. Certainly for this year, certainly for Kimi Antonelli. And again, in the Piastri coming in there as the gap down to 2.1 seconds now. And then, yeah, they're dialed into the racetrack. They've got the temperatures they need. And I don't know. And if the tires fall away, they've dropped Verstappen really. He's turned into 2 front. And this rain was stopped in 3 laps. Oscar Piastri had been told over the team radio. So if he's about a second and a half behind Lando Norris, then he's in the undercut zone. Then he can pitch, get some fresh tires, jump out, do a lap, be ahead of his teammates when Lando Norris pitched. But that's in the dry. Can you do the same thing on these intermediate tires in these conditions? All right, well, I think you'll get immediately better grip. Yeah, it's might almost been leaving lower sector in these conditions with a fresh set of into sort of thing you can go up and do go 3-4 seconds here faster. Yeah, we're going to take too much life out of them. We're going to keep an eye on Kimi Antonelli actually, because he's down at 12th, but he's lapping considerably faster than many cars in front of him. Now he's up and running. He's lapping recently at St. Pace at George Russell, doing a fine job up in 4th place there. So we'll keep an eye and see how far young Antonelli can get, which is kind of what you would expect, given that he qualified out of Brazil. There's Özgür Der stod precis just be big and flick. Stick by the first 6 issue, because if he's lost gear sync, he's still getting an awful lot closer to Alex Albon than he has been in previous laps. Yeah, and then same with gear blocks as you add him in, and unbelievable, you just forget you even Lloyd get home. Really driving these cars when they're working nicely. Get a beep in your ear, tells you the shifter of the lights on the wheel or both. And when it goes out of sync, my goodness, you know about it. There's an awful lot of energy going on behind you. Kimi Antonelli has now got past Wild Strain. He's up into 11th place. He's really charging and enjoying these positions here today. There's Hamilton stuck in 8th behind to Alex Albon. You might remember a few years ago, Alex Albon scored points here in Melbourne by running, 56 laps out of 58. I would say £12 a time. The T2, first 57 laps. Did he pitch it? Came out to score points. He's a man who likes to go long. He was first stooped at Albert Park. Indeed. It is 36.7 seconds underneath. That's getting towards 2 pit stops behind him. So that tells you he's really sort of not adding with in this midfield pack, but also just how mighty the McLarens are out front. We've all looked at various Hamilton on Alex Albon, nothing doing. Into turn 3, taking and head down to you. Yeah, just looking like B-MiG, by the way, is correct vibration, so just a little out. It's been learning where all the knobs and dials are on his Ferrari steering wheel, because it's needing them in this race. He still is lapping 2 seconds per lap slower than his teammate Charles Leclerc. That's how much his race is being hurt, but well done to Alex Albon, driving in that brilliant defensive way that he always does. It's giving Yuki Tsunoda a bit of a pass just to run his own race and being pretty comfortable 2 seconds ahead of the Williams of Albon Prosty. So it's really helping Tsunoda, this Albon Hamilton battle. But Leclerc's tyres see Joe coming back to him. I don't know what category is it, 1 or 2. It's it's drizzling once again down here in the pits. I need 2 cars wrapping at the 1 minute 29 at the moment. Over 2 McLarens. Max Verstappen's last lap is a 1:30.6. He is now 10 seconds behind Oscar Piastri. It's a pretty angry looking intermediate tyres. Yeah, they're looking almost treadless, almost bald, aren't they? Which is why he's nervous if it rains too much. Yeah, I don't know. Say if they'd committed earlier, they could have made extremely good use of some fresh enters, but you've got to get through the traffic as well to be cranked. Create a couple of information. Also, conversation of what it would do in case you paid in full. Drivers at Metallic saying, I think we'll stay out. At the moment, Hamilton, have you looked Profi about the also Melbourne, who disfrenches his ligaments? I think it's going. Goes a bit deep. Hamilton's going to keep finding that one. And Butch has to yield as they get towards turn 12. Don't forget, Lewis running to the back of Radek's album when he was a red gold driver twice, didn't he? This not an epic, some tremendous result, probably costing the drive. He's down, he's been down to that EK job blocked. I have the seat on the product, like 2 minute product. Must be the water. Didn't shut up, he gives my free stuff. That clears that one up with. I think doesn't mean the drink spot. Todd lady means the drink spot. I just think that's what it is. I just like your match put Lewis. It's really fascinating. He's still getting whole poaching about change you could make and suggestions about where you get him this Italy deal interested. Go for the early up chips of that, and he could show it back with the EB to it. So clearly the way that Ricardo Downey's used to be working Carlos Sainz and Sebastian Vettel before that is a bit different to the amount of information Lewis is used to having from Pete Monaghan or wants to have from the fifth wall. That's for sure with Graham Walter Wave on certain other nights. I've been touring there's built series. This Paul Weir, we went around that job territory there. Paul Weir so long I've been waiting for these. I cover up lap 26, 57. 1.4 seconds between Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. And I wondered if Oscar was just going to sit back a little bit, protect his tyres for a moment, keep in touch, but just did that there. It was edging towards Lando, and then Lando has to respond again. Both drivers push at each other ever harder, ever faster. He's getting Parisi close to getting within Norris's DRS 1 second zone, isn't he? And then they'll find some pace. So, but they're checked up now with this happening. This happening 50 secondly, definitely almost we're getting towards a pit stop with him again. He really fell off the cliff, didn't it? His pace when Piastri ran past him. George Russell said stop your see your legs, stop the belly freak down and that return. And if they go and dominate this season, it's 2026. Well, this short of fall. They might have the 40 people like it, but her to speak this towards one way to go to the engine. A well-balanced car works on any type of track, every type of track, every type of condition. And I think that's what we're sitting here now with Ducunaro. So we could see the views from Alex Albot, William factually, just Hamilton. Down the main straight, coming to McLaren's once again. Zach Brown with you a lot more relaxed on that bit more than Andreas Stella is. Andreas Stella, the team principal, exactly this to see trusting his vet to Williams in the team. He was impressed with it, just how utterly calm Lando was on the radio. Ted, what can you tell us? With the cross of a Red Bull pit wall and a back tension there, the head interview GP Lapiosi is looking around at the weather. And I get the feeling that they feel they're not giving back the car that he needs to do anything with now. They're waiting for the conditions to try out. But in what GP is doing, Smith Meow, the kind conditions, the lack of wind, no sun. Speaking Rich isn't going to drive anytime soon. Surely they just got to bounce back to a new instance now. Give him some tools to do what he can. He's just doing nothing at the moment. See that he's even saying, holding off Russell, of course. Russell's 70-second behind him, but it's just not really doing it in some nowhere land at the moment. I think Red Bull are going to have this happen quite soon. Yeah, this certainly what I've been saying there for a while. It seemed to me that you'd so quickly put 19 seconds back, and also Max had been sailing past the traffic time deers now on fresh set of boots, but the Astri radio again saying his tyres are good, and on a drying track, actually getting rid of some of the tread is not a big problem for a super agile. As a catcher, first driver out of this race, Gifurian got going up to 10-1. Came out of that corner on the formation lap, put his full down car, spun up into the barriers. He have lost as well. Isaac Catcher, Jack Stewart and Carlos Sainz. Both drivers absolutely impossible recovery from what an average shine to the final corner. Do it from just before turn 6, and there's nowhere to go to avoid it. If you can vary our institution, just aptitude and then please leave it. Yes, maybe. I heard my car as a good make. It's the each turn for the to your stop to shoot you. Yep, it's the engineer doing her job, retarded with Army doing his job, with some of the same. It's fine. Don't quite need that detailed information just yet. It'll take a season to take some that important information to me, but notice clearly doesn't want to have that. And Tommy Drive that had to become a spectator. So yeah, it's sad to see last year's winner out of the race now. Yeah, streak. See, what they know out front, what they know out front, those two McLaren drivers, is that there's a championship available this year, and they both want to make sure that they get ahead in the early part of the season, that it's going to be super intense to the rest of the afternoon and the rest of the season between Norris and Piastri. It's taken a while to really start to warm up as this race, and it is starting to warm up, I think, quite a way. Oscar Piastri pumping for a fit of Trulett's liquid. A bit of DRS as well. Yeah, he's not a DRS, but he's trying to keep his tyres cool as well as he's getting out of the process. Seen Lando Norris. It's a massive day of sports on Sky Sports. Proper Super Sunday. There's Arsenal, Chelsea, Leicester against Man United in the Premier League. Celtic against Rangers. Nil Thorpe Derby's Paramount Cup final day between Liverpool and Newcastle. It got the lot. The Players' Championship, Rory McIlroy, very nuts in contention. And later tonight, Jack Draper, in his first ever ATP Masters final, he takes on the Alejandro Ruda, Alta Brinks, Carlos Alvarez is all of Sky Sports. And you might be about to see an Australian lead in the Australian Grand Prix if the Piastri keeps on the way he's going.
Indeed, that Norris got DRS going through the back markers, which helped him in lockdown there. Gave him a little bit of protection. He got Ben Monseed as well.
Oscar Piastri, fastest round on the track. Things so up 0.7 of a second behind Lando Norris. Ahead of these two, Esteban Ocon in the Haas. He is running, carried his 16th. His teammate Olin Praven has been latched DRS there for Oscar Piastri as they head down from the lost turn 1 in Street. How powerful that extra 12-13 kilometers an hour of extra pace is for Oscar.
Yes, he's been told to hold position, but he's arguing against it as he gets another dose of DRS starting to turn 3.
Yeah, he's been told, Martin. I don't think he's either heard, understood, or is willing to comply. Because there's a race out here. It's just Melbourne Prix. It's the first race of the season. You try setting a drive into pole position. But due to this, it's going to be a season-long problem for Matari, isn't it? Controlling these two. We knew him. And here it is in real time. Because they're so well matched. They're so good at what they do. They're so fast, and they've got a car that looks like it could be dominant for a few races at least. Wrap 30 of 57. Norris of Piastri into shine in terms of his pole position. Transition to the dry, cleared partners. Next one is Ocon. Everyone, no stern for focus. Yeah, he's straight Ocon. He's cleared Ocon. That Lurker has goal. Just looking at the track map here, Liam Lawson's kind of a fair bit away from the two McLarens. Max Verstappen, over 16 seconds through the back. It's not been that long since Piastri got past him. Russell in fourth, Leclerc in third. So Piastri gets double dose of DRS here, doesn't he? He gets it all the way down to turn 3 as well. And well, that turns into Piastri so nicely, that car. They're really carrying a lot of speed. You know, there again, Piastri, good people inside the wetter parts of the racetrack. We're in the 28s. We're starting to head to, I think it won't rain again. We're starting to head towards Dinky. And I thought slick tyres, providing there's not a few hundred meters or 100 meters of some here and there would be two, like this zone here, would be very tricky on slick tyres. If you can stay in that side like that, you can have some slick tyres, but it's like try very Lloyd pitch Martin at about 200 miles an hour, which is not something I'd advise to try at home. Yeah, every day with a 16-second lead only max, McLaren don't need to be the fastest blink in that respect, especially with two cars out there. Norris will know that he gets first service if he stays in the lead. Piastri knows exactly the opposite. He'll get first service if he stays, if he gets in the lead. But practice, and like the people, but the not policy hasn't. Cause I'll do it. There's still Haggis. They won't be overtake, but what that? Yeah. I see, but it is for Ferrari, and I should say I'm not close enough. I should make that count. The down the late straight we go once again. To McLaren, I think that vehicle has been told to home position, but for how long does he need to do that? Zach Brown, maybe you've got the answers. Zach, come in. Penny Durance. I think I'm just making some decisions here. Is it so much from it? And how long does Oscar have to hold that position for, or are they back free and racing again? Time to go racing. It's time to go racing. That is a t-shirt with your name on it, said, coming your way after this race. And Ferrari talking to their drivers and thinking about slick tires, Zach. Are you having similar conversations? Yeah, that took kind of advantage is the tire situation. Brucey's racing hard and using up tires. But at this point, time to go racing and see how things play out. And if it is time for slicks, mediums or hards, with the mediums last to the end of this race. Hey, I don't think I tell that secret, Ant-Man. I don't know whether you put them on or just whether they lost sack. I'll say this was at an issue at a little moment, I think, out of end. Yeah, you dipped the tire at turn 6, kept it all going there, Zach. But he's dropped back well out of the DRS zone now. Yeah, he's been pushing quite hard. Both guys are doing a great job. Thanks ever so much, Zach. See, 1C finishes in the last 15 years for McLaren Monza in 2021, Hungary in 2024. And as Zach Brown has just been toothy to us and live on Sky Sports F1, if they can hold this position, it will be their 50th 1C finish in their constructor history. And what a way to start the season it would be. And we have a Red Bull at the moment in between team McLaren. But unlike the start of this race, that Red Bull is now a back marker. What was happened in his Liam Lawson is the lap by Norris. He's about to be lap by Piastri. They're fighting over last race. We're pretty right. Our pre-group race, you know the rules. Yeah, they're fighting over last place, but Ali Fernandez is cool. Esteban on one up. Ali side in the pit lane. I know the safety car negated a lot of that, but and whoopsies, then they're right at the back. Yeah, the low void, the birds in that past really struggling patch of this weekend. Mick Wilson has been lanced. Gabriel Bortolesso behind his teammate Nico Hulkenberg, separated by about 4.5 seconds at the end of the last live. On Adam Alonso still holding ninth place ahead of his teammate Lance Stroll in between his troop Kimi Antonelli, whose pace has just slowed down a bit in terms of catching up to Alonso. Check down to you. The quick line on Liam Lawson now that we see him. He's had absolutely no pace in this race. 3 seconds sometimes per lap. Slower than match just happened. I think that wing change that they put on his car in Park Fermic, I think. Change from that, spinning hitting the wall. You can see him there jumping to grief. Fernando Alonso just out of turn 7, and that's going to be at least a safety car. Will they clear that up? So will they put slicks on? That's a tough decision now for the leaders, especially when McLaren have got a bit of space behind them to double stay. Yeah, so yeah, coming out at Ferrari. They went all right at their value. I know won the day. I think you won the easier to warm up, medium or soft, but soft wouldn't last long enough. That's Alonso clearly around and out of the race. Tires going on the Mercedes as well. They've got to go for it. They've got to go for gold under the safety guard. Saves you 10 seconds. Right, Lewis Hamilton in at Ferrari. Also, Alex Albon, Yuki Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly coming in. Ted down to the end. Yeah, this is worked really well. Worked very well for Lewis Hamilton. He's the fast money of Team Radio. Bulge block, sure, should be drilling and minus 7 meters well. The regions of LA. Everybody is going to come in. The Alpine has been in as well. Well, that's one. This could be the break that Hamilton needs in this race. So what you say 10 seconds as you're pitting while the other cars are going much more slowly over the track than if everybody pissed. They all save the time, of course. Now I think, as Lewis Hamilton comes out still behind Alex Albon, that Oscar Piastri, who is pitching, has just drove back a bit from Lando Norris so that McLaren could double stack, and they've got enough time to service both cars. Very tentatively, Gabriel Bortoleto moves into the has-been box. That slowed Lando Norris down as he makes his way now into the pits. Yeah, normally Piastri wouldn't be allowed to slim down like that if there was another rival behind him, but again he isn't, so that's not a problem. You're not allowed to start gapping, but that's not an issue. The Stafford was 16 seconds behind, and he wasn't slowed down by Oscar's slowing on the track. Let's just have a look at this Red Bull stop. Must be so tricky to get stopped on the country in the pits. Feeding medium tyres going on for Max Verstappen. Then it's hard tyres for Norris and Piastri. Now this is interesting. If we get the restart here, we've got Norris and Piastri in on now, the starter on mediums who's slight warm up just something a bit quicker. The hard isn't the big hard is not the C1. It's the C3, which at Bahrain, for instance, is the soft top valve tyre. It's the hard tyre for here, isn't it? So that's a very good point. So Red Bull and others, so L1 on mediums as well, and so Verstappen will get a faster warm-up on those tyres, yeah, on the restart. He'll cruise that time that he lost, he'll get back, of course, now, because he'll cruise up to the gearbox and a full safety car situation behind the two McLarens, and we go and we reset. 72. We use this analogy. Yeah, the Estrelades, not with Danny Dyer hard tyre, it's Martin Brundle hard tyre, so hard than something. Yeah. Streaming is unlicensed. It big sound. It's not followed hard, as it were. So glad that Norris survived the starts, restarts, and another restarts. And we'll take a look at that Fernando Alonso crash. And it's the most experienced driver of the race, who made his debut here 24 years ago, is still finding these conditions tricky. Yeah, it shows you that the rest are not finding this exactly a walk in the park just after them. I was surprised to see a shunt like that phase, to be honest, especially from somebody like Fernando Prix. There's been a confusion because safety car came out and applied in front of a group of Hamilton and Albon and thought, to lose off it, can I pass the safety car? Getting his option, yes you can. They're being allowed to go all the way on because the safety car's no tying Hamilton up. They're honest, yeah. But Hamilton and that group are able to just go a bit cold, get a bit of temperature on a dry track. So a lot of conversation going on about that. It will sort itself out. But the group is split off the leaders at turn 4 and the likes of Tsunoda, Albon and Hamilton all to the back of the pack at turn 9. But in this race, it's going to take a while for them all to join together, but it's going to take a while to clear the debris. So through turn 5 and 6, Phil and Gab, and that at the end also. Sort of who in the end is having a sort of funky mind and crashed gunning off there. So yeah, it would have been surprised by that as well, you know, because it wasn't off the track. It just touched the ground with the blew city car off. Yeah. Tell me what, man. Chief actually will like bit of that's for Fiesta. Yeah. They had that moment where they got on, just dipped into the gravel. So exactly the same corner. Doesn't say much, does it? Didn't touch the ground, did he? It's just let go. If he's found something in there, the curb, the line, a bit of gravel, or any combination thereof, and they sent the car around. Right, so we lose our 4th driver from this race. This is Lando Norris's big stop. Bosch down, and Oscar Piastri, only 3-2. What's up, the Station? No problem with any traffic around in the pit lane either. Liam Lawson, meanwhile, coming into the pits. So Gabriel Bortoleto was it, yeah, coming out. Stand on safe release, yep, looks it. Obviously, contact wasn't made, but there certainly wasn't the time for Bortoleto to be released because there was a car right in the pit lane coming his way. Andy Cowell CEO took over in October. The Aston Martin became team principal over the winter period. Mike Cratcher is now the head of trackside. The trackside officer from the team, and taking over to producers. So Glantra points finished, and that accident has made it, has taken him out of the top 10 after last session of really subtle. So try a trade shower. Be like 1 lap of rain, plus 2 to 3, somewhere in the 3 lap 45 per 50. Doesn't look like there's much beyond it. Well, still haven't even got a vehicle anywhere near. Well, I suppose they've been waiting, Martin, for the field to bunch up a little bit as well. And that lorry's been going the flatless tail straight a long way else. Is it deacon? He gets traffic? No, he doesn't. No, but again, we don't like commercial vehicles on racetracks. Me. But as I say, that's how we could do it against this very engaged view to the service reads. The value car, dark, the sky looks in front of London. Ridiculous. So exactly same view out on Pumley-Bot. It is very dark down there. So here's Belf. You went on with Central after reporting by the Hat 50. They've fade the 100 rate up to plus 2 to 3. That's all we give you at the moment. Take that for plus 2 to 3. Don't you? Have you show the close 2 to 3? Because that's, yes, ideal. No ideal. 2 with the 1 lap bonus. What 2? I would say, given everything that's happened in Melbourne so far, not confident. Yeah, but plus 2 light rain, class 3 moderate rain or shower, and the chaos. If that hits, sorry, true, that'd be chaos if that lot comes across the track. No, not you at all, once, and I just wanted to go back to that lorry being on the track at the same time, because the safety car that might have cut the corner at turn 10, Alonso Norris is now driving alongside a lorry. Yeah, and that, I'm very surprised. Yeah, certainly. And Lando didn't want to go up into that runoff area because the chances to pick you up function there are enormous. With all the racing, you got a lot of debris and then rubbish. So he did the right thing to stay on the racetrack and not follow. I mean, there is a situation we've seen earlier on where you go through the pit lane, but you don't normally follow the safety car off the right end. So it's brave and so just want the sword is switch, off a red switch. Sure, we just don't want to bump. It just going to skirt around us. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Actually, possum crawls like is. How have you done until this year, whether it's skirting around us or not? Like what Land is saying is that do not leave me to do 3/4 lap tiptoeing around, anticipating under that dome. It's a lot easier to handle. A track it's a touch too dry for half a lap on inters than it is, and that track is much too wet on snakes. Chad, let's head out to you in the pit lane. Well, the huge cloud that you can see, I think, across the out of your commentary box window is actually just past the go of the pit building at the moment. It's not dropping a load of rain on us just yet, but I don't know whether that's the one they were talking about. Will Joseph talked about coming in a few laps' time. I think he's with the other radar there, but we will see. Yeah, otherwise, everybody's still circulating around the two Salvers, 12 and 30. Yeah, Gasly, D9, now on challenge from Alonso's work. So Alonso was in the points, don't wait. He was running in was head. That's now been taken by Ibi and Sebnelli. So yeah, they say Crofty didn't have 4 seasons in one day here in Melbourne. Well, they've all been horrible so far, those seasons. I said earlier, 4 seasons in one day. Welcome to winter. It's during CA, mate. Tell you who's counted as stayed with intermediate tyres for both cars. So despite the fact drying up, they have decided to stick with it. And if those 2 laps of rain come, because Ferrari think it's going to be 2 laps, not the one that Will Joseph has just told Lando Norris. So that could put Haas in a decent position, and it is, yeah, let's keep an eye on that, because this part of the time right now, it is quite dry. Yeah, we don't worry with this, but that makes, if it doesn't rain in a couple of laps, they will be quicker than us. We're 6. Understood? Yeah, then you'll pick the though is that you've actually made up a lot of places. That lap 45 estimate, bring that down to about lap 42, 43, because these laps behind the safety car are that much slower than we would get at racing speed. They're about a minute to, yeah, there's a low confidence in the forecast, isn't it? We're coasting on the two, aren't we? So needs anybody's guess. The golden rule, be on the right tyre at the right time. Boom, it's talking about tyre but down, that's it, raise now. The thing is, if you're past, you're right at the back, yeah, well, it doesn't matter, yeah, it really does. If you have the commentary box, just to our left, on the main straight, I wouldn't be putting me trumps on to go for a swim. There's different honesty from that. I had to say, Martin, but it's this big glorious and people standing by the side of the track, greasy, damp, slippery conditions where drivers have been shining off without any warning of soldiers. And I don't understand why we're still going around. You don't want to see races get red flagged, and 3 of them didn't be here in 2023, but you've got to put safety first on this one. And you haven't got the trade. Listen, oh yeah, we haven't here because there just isn't the room to put the cranes in by the side of the track. Then you got to think about red flag, it's thinking. So they'll let those lamp cars through there. They're just going to scrub and remove the tree rather than a concept. That's already big. So yeah, they will let the lap cars, so they should let the lap cars through. And then we will have Norris, Piastri and Verstappen nose to tail. Duray, Shackler. What are you looking at? Monitors, timing screens, crowd? All of the above. I've got a better view of the crowds from the angle of race control of the commentary box. Brian Plotzy's just told Charlotte Herb it looks like it might skirt around the south of the surgeon and might only be a few drops in sector 3. So sector 3 is where about turn 7, 12. That's where we think it's going to get through. So let's keep an eye on that. Okay, we are clear of the wreckage as Fernando Alonso's crash. It's coming up at 5:30 in the morning in the UK. So just waking up and joining us for the opening race of this 2025 Formula 1 season. It's been eventful even before the lights went out. We lost Isaac Hadger on the formation lap. We lost Jack Stewart once we got racing. We lost Carlos Sainz behind the safety car when it first came out. And we're out behind the safety car again. It was Ross smashing Alonso. That was scared to go around the track. It might actually come behind the track. If it does, it would last longer than the one that we said earlier and potentially arrive earlier. So that is fitted to go for the interval. To be right to the inter now, you'd be right at the back. Because without letting left cars, they would take the safety car. I still think they should make the left car drop to the back. Get on with that. Lando Norris started on pole and he's led this race. Survived one star, like how he did not embrace it up. Well, now another one coming of the ball, the conditions. Especially the pack all behind you. That's it. Right, that's it. You've had to come in again to get rid of those inches because the rain wouldn't last that long. He's got his teammate Oscar Piastri right behind her. This is another little kerfuffle here as Norris locks up behind the safety car, and then he's got the ass of Esteban Ocon who's trying to uplap himself and get a bit of vibration from that, but it is low speed and you've gone off the brakes very quickly, but it's not optimal. Right, unsafe release has been noted. Gabriel Bortoleto into the pass of Liam Dawson. What they're doing down at Hatton Bevan. They've got the intermediates on. Has now got the medium compound tyre on. So they don't think that the height is going to be heavy enough to warrant those intermediate tyres. And Esteban Ocon also came in to change those tyres. And only Bevan has unlapped himself once. He's going to have to go and do it all over again. Again. And, yeah, I didn't think so. I think... yeah, see, yeah, max level lap, but I don't think they'll let him through because you've got to take you let through if you were a lap car at a certain point, and clearly them involved in second cars in this lap But that wasn't even massively underwhelmed by that. But he's going to have to get himself on lap because, if he's in the middle of the battles for the top three, and the only reason we have this rule is to get the back markers out of the way and to stop interfering at a restart with the battle out in front. I know, but he's become lap because he did something else. Yes, I agree. And so at the point where they decided can unlap themselves has lulled on. So he's just come out in that position, and Max is going to be massively impressed with that. Well, that could have taken back to Schaffert out of the race if they got the wagon on Ollie Bear, but not into the Red Bull, and he is unlapping himself. So he has been told to get out, take away. This is whole thing really want to see full better racing. But yeah, like yourself, why they can't just drop back to this Marcus and this, I'm not sure. That it used to be because of the FIA timing screens which haven't changed. He was up in conversation. So yeah, I don't think we've seen that situation before, to be honest. But it was one of these four who was told what was but he was one of the four numbers who was told to unlap himself. But that was earlier on. It's happened. We can see that. Anyway, they've sorted it out. I'd imagine race director got on the blower and like, get him out of there. Please. Right, here we go again then. Norris, Piastri, Verstappen. Verstappen got past Piastri and then got overtaken again when his tyres went off. He's on the medium tyre. They should hit him up quicker than the hard combat tyre. Freezing conditions. We're now on slick tyres and we're racing to the checkered flag once again. Lando Norris has done very well here to put a big gap between himself and Oscar Piastri. Verstappen is coming out the Australian. Then comes George Russell, Charles Leclerc, and Yuki Tsunoda on the mediums, as is Alex Albon. That's such an debate that, and Gasly. Antonelli on his debut for Mercedes, who's off into the points after Alonso's crash. Then two laps. Last three, rain expected. Asking for 2 laps. This LH3 is a lot. Here is what we see for the radar. Well, we'll have to wait for it. This is going to be wild. Do not go anywhere. Lando, confident out front, building a little bit of a gun. 4 minutes, expecting the rain, according to the screen there. And, well, this is going to be very challenging for the drivers. So, yes, Alex Albon getting very interested with Yuki Tsunoda into turn 3, stays behind the racing pros. If Norris charging out in front, Piastri is starting to drop Verstappen just a little bit too. George Russell is way back, detached in 12th place from Lando Norris, who leads this race. And then there's a fun gag of cars. Hamilton holding off Gasly, holding off Antonelli, and machine funny it. A couple of overtakes on Nico Hulkenberg so far in this race. Once again, it is McLaren. They've got the problem with 2 cars line astern and the stacking in the pits that Red Bull have not got. DRS is now enabled, so when they go to the first ejection zone, Max Verstappen will want to be a second at least. Behind Oscar Piastri, Albon on the Tsunoda, can't make the move. Going into turn 1, Kimi Antonelli trying to stick to the back of Pierre de Gasly in the Alpine in these early stages after the restarts. They're all behaving themselves currently. Tsunoda, though, under a lot of pressure from a very fast Williams. Tsunoda holding Alex out. London, you don't want to jump to her under a bus. Oh, the turbo. Left that over-computing power in the world, and Zach Brown's turn to the upturn pile to see if it's ready to last one. Spraining it, the man, the pit light, that's down now. And then the wind is really picked up in the way, Martin, than it does the foreign dragons, because front they call it the bed taking a whistle. But yeah, it's a freezing gun in the pretty intense. Just to survive, it's going to print red flags. It takes enough to red flag. I mean, you've got to survive the coast out there on the slicks. You're going to go to one from the two rain tires. I'm across the interlocal way. And it's going to make a big difference exactly where you are on the track when the rain hits. How far you are away from the pit lane, in other words. 5 second time penalty. Gabriel Bortoleto for unsafe release. He's down in third. George Russell goes over the line behind him. Charles Leclerc now behind Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda up into fifth place. Leclerc has had a moment on this lap, but he's now under pressure from Alex Albon, and there's Hamilton behind him, pulling out into a turn three. Leclerc is doing drum with Albon, almost goes into the back of Charles Leclerc. Hamilton is waiting. Let's just see if he can catch and taking opportunities. And this has to have some Norris out, so it's going to help up dry tires. The areas I've pocket. But if someone takes a gamble and does stay else, and if they survive, well, then they might just have an opportunity when others pitch to move themselves back up the order. Trying that opening lap example a couple of years ago with Tsunoda under pressure once again from Charles Leclerc, desperate to try and get past the Racing Bull, and there's no way through. At 10 out of front, nearly 2 seconds again between Norris and Piastri. Here goes Charles Leclerc down the inside. Tsunoda C left, coming on miles. Just pitch down. I step in this run out. Good taste. Messed up. It's treacherously wet down in that final sector, and he's kind of test we could be out. Let's use that was pitch. A short pitch. And they should go to together. It's out. Yes, it is putting in reverse, trying to use it as a front wheel drive car, reverse out of there. But the underfloor is on. The underfloor is on the grass and take it all the way to the car. And his plan is to get it moving wearing. So he's reversing, he's done exactly what you suggested he needed to do. That is heartbreak thrust to Piastri. The rain came and it caught him by surprise. He's gingerly going backwards to try and now find a bit of tarmac to get back in this race. Verstappen still on the mediums, leads this race of the dry tyres, but the next time he comes round to the final sector, he's going to know just how slippy it is. The rain was coming, we didn't know when it was going to hit, and so the McLaren hit just the rally time. Oscar Piastri will get a huge roll if we can get going into here and there. They've told Peter Hans, but it's not just everybody's. I think I'm not running, so that's what it is now. Max, that's just smart man to just keep going. But will he have to tiptoe too much round to the pit lane? Verstappen. What will happen at both to Norris? He's out behind Verstappen's teammate. So they're telling him to stay out. Stay out, try and live with them. It's the rain doesn't come any harder. Well, that's the gamble. And McLaren have kind of made it easy for Verstappen to take that gamble. He has to go the intermediates off. And he's back out of the race, because what the time do they can make up? Well, they're going to totally have to go back to selection at some stage. Piastri comes out behind the Pretty as a lap down. Lando Norris, that was late in this race, is held in 6 on the intermediate tyres to make up time and get back up to the sharp end again. There comes Piastri. You've got to feel for him. They get into the Langus got this. Oh, trying to make a good decision. This is the next. We will later. Verstappen's lead over Lewis Hamilton is 9 seconds. Hamilton is up in a second. Gasly is up in the third. Gasly in the rain in Sao Paulo. Finished third that day. The race with Max Verstappen won, of course. 17th double grid. And Noda moves up into 4th for a traverage, but they're all on slick tyres. And this is how treacherous it is, Martin, at turn 11. That is but he was tiptoeing around, but there's no rain. No, there is rain. Yeah. Okay, so what? He's got to come in. He's got to pin. Stay out, they say. Well, got to pin, but they're saying stay out. Said Kravitz. They know they chase that. That's an old radio message is coming in. The intermediate tyres around here. The opening pin lane for Max Verstappen. Straps down now. So how much time did Verstappen lose on that lap? We'll find out when he feeds back in. Will he be ahead? Also that, everyone. Lando is now coming around to 40 Martin. Lewis Hamilton will moving to the lead on his debut for Ferrari. Hamilton stays on the slick tyre. Leclerc stays on the slick. Norris on the intermediates goes in. Tsunoda on the mediums comes through. There they are. Verstappen will come out in 5th ahead of George Russell. in the Mercedes, who's on the intermediate tyres. Gasly's dropping down the order because he's pitting. Stroll moves up the track hike. Lawson's now in the point. And he's staying on dry tyres. And it is here to be made. Touring without Bortoletos. Sorry, Bortoletos. They're coming to the barriers. That's William Lawson. Extremely at turn 2. Bortoleto at turn 13. And they've both come to a standstill. Lando Norris back in the lead of this race. He's got past Lewis Hamilton on the intermediate tyres. He's now right behind his teammate. Oscar Piastri, who of course has been laps. Lewis Hamilton could make, I was going to say, could he make a cheap pit stop? But he was Martinelli over that safety car and bring to. But I tell you what, by staying out and taking the gamble, Ferrari have absolutely aced a possibility of a double podium here, don't they? Well, they're gonna go to the back of the pack, aren't they? When they think, because others have already got the inters on. Do they need to pit behind the safety car? Do they need to pit? This is where they suddenly came across 3 corners from home, and they both went off the road. Lando hoovered it up. Oscar goes further off the road, and that's what put him in that position. And this is the bit where he tried to get forward initially. Yeah. So they both hit the main shower at the same time. Just a different angle. They turned up in the penultimate corner. Ferrari off in the pit lane. Maybe it is just too wet for Hamilton and Leclerc to stay out. Sinclair behind Savoda where there was racing, and that is how Leclerc, who lost those places, must spun around. Hamilton's into the pits. Verstappen takes over in second. Russell third. So his intermediate tyres are now for Lewis Hamilton. He is going to go. So the fact that it is in my review because the crocodile behind the safety car was that's again the last noble. This part of the country anyway. The trouble is they take it, the gamble. Hamilton was on the radio saying too dangerous to stay out of these tyres. Well, once you've taken the gamble, Martin, you are effectively admitting defeat and waving the white flag. If things then come into the pits, I don't think they could keep it on the road, could they? So we got a Mercedes third and another one in 5th place. Kimi Antonelli, Alex Albon for Williams in 4th. But, well, it was always going to be wild, that map, wasn't it? Yeah, and it was. And the rain just came at exactly the right time. But you know what, Liv? To even large stuff, I think whereas ours during this race, it is teammate Oscar Piastri continues the, is it a curse for Australian drivers at the Grand Prix? Yeah, and their arms would be childish, so in the Fiesta. And this is, you know, it's clear you got to go aside to the championship, is it? And but we've still got Hackman still going to get to the end of the race. This certainly had Antonelli up to 5th and Lance Stroll, that by the way scored his best results of the season in the last 2 years here. He's up to 6th. Hulkenberg up to 7th. Here's his teammate Gabriel Bortoleto. That's how he lost it. Yeah, it's the same way sort of the rookie spin, isn't it? It's light the back of your gat. You get a torque, you get some torque, and the anti-locks. That actually, hang on a minute, that Larry rear company did that Drake, yeah, did that freak and send him on. As he had you'd have to say, actually, that's exactly what happened to Hadjar, isn't it? Before the start, exactly what happened to him. Actually, what very nearly collected Nico Hulkenberg there as well to Liam Lawson. And we've lost Dillon, we lost Hadjar, we've lost Bortoleto, and we've lost Lawson. And, you know, we've only got Ollie Behrman and Kimi Antonelli as the rookies still going here, and Carlos Sainz also out. This is Willis Valentine, lovely dry town, anyways. You see Yuki Tsunoda going, yes. And then there is Valentin himself. And that was the lap before he came into the pit. They rolled the dice with him, but they're right at the back of the crocodile and thought to the two friendly Tsunoda behind them. Still, they tell you what, for the right bash. This best a big opportunity there. You know, such opposition by now. That kid, hey, now again. Checked out here. Yeah, so worst of both worlds for Ferrari, and the thing is, to make it even worse, when Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc takes turn one, love your commentary bots, there's blue sky across the, just they could have just, if they could have just survived on those dry tires under the safety car, they should have stopped and they should have stayed. I mean, Leclerc obviously tried it, and they're just gonna have another spin. We're turning a replay of this necessity. I agree with you. There was a bit of contact, and then he saw Galpini get Stuabi, and then Sonoda coming practic Charlatan. Love to learn Sonoda came in as well. Here didn't tap and said, yeah, I just took it out and then do it. They didn't came in words there, so they didn't alter the weapon. They did in my mind, Martin. I know that's treacherous, you know, and I know he's typical, but these are the best riders of the world. They see us the Astrid is it to medium size, they're getting past with plan. But once you've made that decision, you got thinking longer. It's the long day there. You got to keep on track, haven't you? Yes, you were slower and slower, get less and less tire temperature, go slower again, and in the end, you just skate off the road at real Dixon's small speeds. We get it to the end of the race. You've got 8 laps to go with you, then. You're going to be behind the safety cars, Sora side blacks, while the track dries out and the rain that you know is lasting long is moved away. I know it's hindsight, but give right tire at the right time. I mean, do something. It's just not what they got. The gamble, I didn't think it, but I don't think they'd have kept telling them on the track. And then on the restart would have been horrific. That's on that track. There's absolutely horrific. Well, that's their problem. They weren't on the right tire at the right time, and they compounded it by then switching to the right tire and then be fell off. In terms of trying to get something out of this, Leclerc's down in 10th. Hamilton is in 9th. For Stafford, once again, right up there, behind Lando Norris. They think if this turn, they'll lost of the ass being weak, man. Is there for that? Take me out to Ellie. 5th of the night. Alex Albon currently 4. Still brilliant. Being on the right tire in the right track is a solid race, as Alex Albon has to be said. Nico Honkenfer, Fab Destroy, being white for a Sauber team, but they've entered this race, not franking the point. Chula has to share leader of the days. Gasly, E8, then I have the Ferraris. Hamilton out with Claire. They're thinking it's going to be intermediate tires to the end of this race. Is that dry line going to appear? Is it wet all the way around the track? They went in only spin out. It's a straight fight, isn't it? Surely to the you wouldn't want to red a pit stop. I don't think in there unless it's just Matthew. This is blue sky out there now. But safety car is not showing us in this lap, is it? It might still do that yet, but. We have to have another 2.8, didn't it? So there's only going to be 6 laps then to be the interest when you go that far. Driver of the day, and I'm sure lots of people are facing. Well, this excursion is with driving and other persons have the racing control. His teammate has just been waiting there with him, and McLaren was thinking there's a 1-2 coming, but never over till it's over. And that Tristia's 1-2 finish will have to wait for another day, and that's how Charles Leclerc and drops it. About time, and this is a bit where, I didn't stick into all the Jordan backwards. Carlos got backwards. We was trying to go solvents. No, but I did Ash. Well, I don't do it. Didn't cause or effect the suspension braking. But it's, right, so here we go. Safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. As you can see, we have more city. That is in the barriers. Everyone is now ordered to leave lap. And Oscar Piastri has gone from 2nd to 13th. He didn't quite tailed it. It could be 2 points from there, can't see Oscar Piastri. Right, here we go. To touch you, champs. Yeah, absolutely. It's like a sprint race. There's the rookie drivers for today. Chance back. The best of the experience, I'm sure. Isaac Kaja, Jack Stewart, Gabriel Wilson, that's some of the ambulance, and you had a 5-second penalty for an unsafe release. This might just be maybe Felicio to China because he's out of this race. Ollie Bevan still running behind an Austin Piastri. So, Evan. He's still getting refueled, Jade. There's no doubting that one currently in fifth place. Very much enjoying himself. Alex Albon separating him and his Mercedes teammate George Russell. So his bird by that is Scantons off once again. Here we go. Max Verstappen sticky as close as he can to the front of Lando Norris's can't overtake it for the line. I'll imagine. Given how wet greasy it must be, Lando will want to give out the starting point with the Shori Apsis laws it, and that is exactly what he has done. Well, he's putting his foot down. Patrick Stafford behind him has navigated the final turn, and Norris has got them underway, but racing to a checkered flag. Norris in the turn one, ahead of Verstappen, ahead of Russell. Then comes Charlie Talbot. Whoa, and that the trick in. Norris has been very good on the restarts in terms of picking up his pace quickly, and there that is George Russell fancying a look at the back of the midfield of Max Verstappen. Charles Leclerc has got past Lewis Hamilton, has moved up into 9th place. Oscar Piastri's got popped off there after Alonso and up into 12th. And he's getting very keen, George Russell, of the track here of Max Verstappen. Yeah, so Verstappen doesn't have the advantage now of the softer tyre cost because they're all back home to the intermediates and not different slick tyres, but there's no doubt about it. That McLaren fires his tyres up quickly, doesn't it? Yeah, they shed the Piastri who's passed also on off to shed the favour and retaking the fact 12 buttons as the cars make their way then through turn 10 to Norris. 3 advantage over Verstappen during that year. Yeah, Piastri actually passed on before the lines off these, so you have to give the place back. All right, thank you very much. And this was the Ferrari at slipping places, whereas Hamilton obviously gave him a big compromise during even turn 1. This time behind the Alpine, Charles Leclerc picking up that one and just brushing the front right as he moved fast enough into 9th place. There's a threat previous, a few showers to areas on that one. But there's Antonelli. Usually, DRS backlog. Just in the race there, shouldn't just we'll put Link in left wall 2. I suspect we'll see it called the end of the race. Anyway, they could do it now if they love to. They haven't. They can after just one lap. But I think listen, I wouldn't be surprised to see it next lap actually. The DRS re-enabled when the track conditions up. They're too treacherous now, do they? Right, now he goes the placed back. He's free to attack Esteban Ocon, which Oscar Piastri has done. And he's a taxi and Kiss Sabeda as well. He's up into a left, but he's now got a bit of a gap to Lewis Hamilton to try and make up. They'll watch Charles Leclerc, Hamilton's Ferrari cheapmate, right in time of gearbox. I was Pierre Gasly in the Alpine approaching the faster part of the track. Still a bit of spray coming up, you can see it there. So eyes are full of it for Charles Leclerc. It moves to the outside. This is very commitment and a separated by only inches. As through turn 9 and into turn 10 we go. The Alpine staying the hedge of Charles Leclerc. He just has to collect it a bit on the exit of the corner. Oh, you've got a bit of grass there as well. You heard the rev spin up, but choosing to keep those tyres a little bit cooler. And wow. Anybody gets to the end of this Grand Prix has done some point of magnificent job. My goodness. Every single line, corner, piece of tarmac, a chance to crash. And just to make matches even more difficult for the drivers. As you can see, we obviously the show on a rainy day now. They got a bit of a chinchip visor at some point on their crash. The truly happened is that shot in the final comfort corners is not the best angle. Let's get this lead. And Charles Leclerc is going to say thank you very much. This is that take your place. Eventually, he's nothing to look at this one out. Tip him towards turn 3. Hamilton goes round the outside of the Alpine. Treats the Larrys make up a place in one corner. Antonelli is getting pretty close to behind Albon as well to 4th and 5th. I've only been mind about it, John Stanley. Turn 3 good worth watching it. But we were watching the Ferraris getting the job done. Oscar Piastri of the fringes of the points. We can see Antonelli now as he makes his way through the fast sections. Yes, third line. The ass from the right of the tail of Gasly and trying to get back into the point. Them in the fact that all the range pulls out to the right hand side of Gasly. It is fair enough of this straight. Pete Vincent nose ahead just to the apex. Gasly is still ahead, and Pierre Brulon through Tokyo Relay. DRS is then in only boards. So next man through the detective points. And then you can get yourself to English secular and get the benefits. Better just to keep it in the entirety 3, 9, and 10 and having to go into 11. But anyway, he's still in position, but he's still out with the World Championship points at the moment. That is teammates is, of course, for 25 of the beats by second the house. Short back for Tapper. Here comes Jimmy Antonelli. We're right on the patch. Oh, that way to the elbow. Of course, Tony the Williams. And turn 2. What a battle this is. Antonelli is not going to be the second opportunity to try and make a run for. He needs a couple more cartilage to try and make that stick. Still Piastri on the tail of Pierre Gasly. He's eliminated Croatia. He's going to gun for it. Dive down the inside into turn 3. Piastri at least just going to pick up a point today, but this is going to be a bitter disappointment in his Husdorf race. Norris would normally have got an extra point because he's got the fastest lap that nobody's going to beat from here on in, but that doesn't happen anymore. And 3 we see into turn 1. The trip onto the grass to the puddles that has cost Pierre Gasly 3 places and has taken him out of the points with that. On the day where his teammate crashed at his full side, massive disappointment for Piggy. In their side in the midfields. The day of learning for Lewis Hamilton, pretty slim sticks, still very keen, and if he sees a gap, it's there for him. The seed moves out and the seed 90th place. So lap in practice got DRS on Lando Norris here. Down the 8th stage we go to start lap 56. 2 laps to go there. And this is a battle all the way to the finish between the 2 drivers that most people, the smart money is on to be the big championship challengers for this year. They learned last year, but Lando's, the McLaren staffs, gave him a bitter and uphill task to try and get back. On terms with Max when Red Bull started to lose their way. Here in the rain, the great E followed it, but you don't, this plane's a bit calm. Did I ever push it? Deep calm. Starts gliding his way through the church 70. Look at it, that plumps into the final lap, isn't it? Verstappen's obviously thrown caution to the wind in these last couple of laps and just really taking it now to Lando Norris. And he's going to try, is he? No, not into 9 and 10, but he's got DRS once again. Lando needs a good inning seats. Needs to keep Child. He needs to make his way steadily towards turn 11 to keep a few child edges between himself and the Red Bull, which he does to present that need. Meanwhile, Jimmy Antonelli's fourth has been noted, thrown out of safe from Leeds. Is there a penalty coming his way to ruin his debut day? I want to tell you the day has been for him, and he's cut absolutely brilliantly with the conditions so far. Lando Norris has cut with everything that the rain and the track and the drying has about to be bringing. He starts his final lap. A Max Verstappen starts his final lap. The true cars out in front are separated by half a second with 3 miles to go. The back end of the Red Bull will just squarely 3 turn 1 and 6. Truck him away a little bit. Sage advice to Lando Norris from his pit bull that. Well, like, don't make a mistake, you're fast enough anyway. Those don't know the drive, man. That's exactly how it is at the moment. He's certainly Lando Norris, so that's a lot last year, and I'm need to do to beat Max Verstappen, and I'm sure keeping Charles in the focused situation of leading on a race with half a lap to go, and Max on the town was very much on his shopping list of things to tick off, and so far it's looking so good for Lando Norris. Here's Guts. Another overtaking opportunity here to survive, and he does. Verstappen is down, and he is close tight, and he's going to be pushing and using everything at his disposal to try and make a move down into turn 11. Norris in the lead. DRS shine shoulder Verstappen's Red Bull. It's a 5-second penalty for Kimi Antonelli. That's going to cost him at least 1 place. But the other side, does he go? Past Alex Albin, not 4th. But out in front, Lando Norris. He's the crouched I hear the Australian Grand Prix is going to be winning in 2025. So yeah, no, number is deep in jump where he left us out of the Jeopardy. Up this wins. The first the 200 miles. George Russell comes in and just finish off the podium as Dynamic Street by Kilian Tagami. Actually, then he gets a 5-second penalty. They classified behind Alex Albon. That Stroll picks up a really handy 6th place for Aston Martin. Hulkenberg, a very heavy 7th for Sauber. Disappointment for Ferrari. He gambled and it didn't pay off for the lead. McLaren 8. Piastri, who was in second, just selling long at this race, finishes 9th ahead of Lewis Hamilton in 10th of his Ferrari debut. Yeah,
We pass Hamilton up the Val Slab. That is one of the all-time great Formula One drives from Lando Norris there in the most challenging conditions, the restarts. And he went up, I think, he went up so much pressure. He won. Great job. Ist. He had a bit of pressure. And of course, Years had those executed to the second. 1 second later, Trio done. So I don't know. You got to see. They start the effect. He's even. And I don't disagree with you for a penny. Started running. That was a brilliant drive by Lando Norris today, but he went off and turned to left. The rain coming down, and it's so easily. And then just the same way that it did for the teammate of Piastri. Showing how he captured, he didn't go too massive, it's we're going to this panel. So when he came back on, he was at a different angle to Piastri. Piastri fast through this Hamilton around the outside. Turn that dive to this. Here we go. He's got DRS, ducks to the right, Lewis tries to squeeze into the wall. Piastri having none of that. I did this one enjoy watching that. That was very nice indeed. What a race. What a breathless finish to this race as well. You know, never ever choose over. I mean, the rain bricked a few races. Racers raced out there. So Antonelli passed Albon at the fourth of the rally, and then 5 seconds then to Justin. The place back for the unsafe release of pink stop. Sadly for him, it's still a tremendous drive from Antonelli for Albon to Nico Hulkenberg. He did go fast and no crash, as we told now Madrid at the seventh, and that'll be probably some very welcome and slightly surprising poise for that team. Well, quite. We didn't mention George Russell much during the course of the race, did we? But he kept himself handy and he was there right at the end, and that is George Russell's best ever result in a season opening race. To finish third on the Rome. Pretty standard course here at 2022 as well. Salesforce driver of the day. He only got 20% of the vote, Rado Gunners. There are lots of very good drives out there, but I did think that those that voted in it, that was it. That was a deserving win. Well, first Duke France used for last minute to the and well, people will know that they're going about. I would definitely have voted for Lando who did that race as driver of the day. That's the beauty of it, isn't it? We've got different opinions, but you know, I'm sure a lot of people were thinking of Antonelli as a rookie up there in E5 and